All right, Rally Esports family, welcome to a Friday night of some bracketed season matches. We got some C Division matches going on tonight and some B Division matches going on tonight. And with me for this weekend, happy to have him, happy to hear all the big news and seeing his future come out. But with us, it's Big Rich X. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I am feeling good. I am ready for this Essex NACL matchup, and it should be a barn burner, ladies and gentlemen. It's a best of 5, if my memory serves me right, as we get ready to rally up this evening, and hopefully, I speak words of truth, and we do not get 3-0s. It's intense Game 5 matches throughout the evening. Yes, we'll probably be here late, but I don't mind burning the midnight oil for Rally, ladies and gentlemen. Let that be known.
Well, we
Let that be
definitely
known.
definitely appreciate the support. Love having you cast with us. Definitely entertaining. This match is definitely going to be a good one. Looks like our first map here is going to be a hard point on Skid Row. It looks like the team's all ready. We're going to go right in
Mhm.
to some beautiful casting and some beautiful COD playing. Fellas, if you guys are good, go ahead and start it. So no, it's definitely got to be good. And ladies and gentlemen, while we're getting ready to get into this match, you know, we said we had some upcoming lands that we're talking about planning. Big Rich is gonna be there live casting within, and so you will get to
Woo!
see himself way more this year as we have some things going on. So definitely some big exciting things.
Should be a fun time had by all. This is going to be a very busy summer, but that's what makes things interesting. I just got to make sure I'm in shape for the LAN so I can get my LAN bod ready at the gym as we get this matchup underway. It is going to be an exciting one to say the least. I don't think I've casted for Essex or the Champs before, but I am happy to make my introduction to them now as things get started off on this P1. We see Wana rotating through and already causing some disruption in the spawn as this Essex team tries to get onto point. Champs scoring first, though, with a solid 2 points, but this is a P1. It won't have too much of an effect. P2 is the real money hill as we get things started here in Skid Row, Sorrow.
Yes, and it definitely looks like Essex is just letting NLC Chubbs have P1 as they get set up to essentially cap on the rotation to P2 and hold us down because like you said it is a money hill. Typically the first person to get to it as long as they're set up correctly is who holds it, and it looks like they decided just to forego most of one to make sure they have control of two.
Indubitably would have to agree as it looks like Essex is going to get a bit of scrap on the P1. We see Hunter already on P2 is able to dodge the shots momentarily down to about 40 HP before the regen kicks in. MCW in hand looking for some peaks, but Sean and Zerks ain't letting them get to it as it's a beautiful defense here. And now we see Hunter raining death from above, just peppering in shots and hit markers. Beautiful 2-piece from Sean, though, to clean it up. Make it a 3, like fish in a barrel down that tunnel as Hunter and company continue to cook on this P2. A real solid start for Essex as they continue on this P2 objective. Pretty much have it locked down. JoJo can't get there. Somebody call Siwa. We might have a lawsuit on our hands. JoJo, though, looking for something, but no, there will be no bizarre adventure here. Getting shut down in the street. NACL champs playing catch up for the most of this matchup as Wana gets a solid little 2-piece. Venom, though, holding on the P3. Got to be careful, though. Zerk's lurking in the corner. Zerk wanting to go berserk. Cannot find this kill. Venom keeps contesting, wanting to peek out. And there it is. The Venom taking down Zerk's. Beautiful shots, able to get the champs on point as they begin to set up their defense. Wana, though, trying to push in as Venom continues to hold with Scorps on the inside. It looks like Wana is going to get what they want as a beautiful 2-piece pops off, making a 3-streak, 10-4 on the KD. Wana is just having themselves a game.
Hunter comes in, he manages to get JoJo before they get back on the point, but it looks like NCL Champs is going to have the lead here with the rotation, and as long as they can get set up here, that they need this full 60 to get back into this rotation and get above.
Yeah, absolutely. Wanna here picking up scrap. I'm really hoping that they can fix the hardpoint hill times in Codcaster, just so we can see who's the hill kittens and who's our lone wolfers, or who's both. Because sometimes you have a slayer like Wanna who's been on the points, consecutively, along with Hunter, sitting at a 4-2. Nothing to write home about, but still going positive. As the rest of Essex continues to fry this Champs team, 117 and climbing to 45. Champs had that rotation into Barbershop, and Essex was just able to crack them like an egg. We'll see if they're able to contest here, and they can. Scorps and Low Talker able to break through. We'll see if they can hold, or will they continue to get disrupted by this Essex team. This P5, though, a big money hill that the Champs really need, looks like it's already going to Essex, as they are set up defensively exceptionally well.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like that they went ahead and let them have the scrap there on that P4 so they could just go ahead and get set up on P5. They did have a player go down in garage as they have Venom and Low Talker pushing that. Zerx putting pull shots off, but also taking a few of himself. No one gone down yet. Venom gets taken out by Hunter, and Zerx gets Low Talker to clear away the threat of the garage, forcing them to all spawn back towards the P3 and mid. So this point's definitely locked down in the favor right now of Absolute.
Yeah, it's a beautiful crossfire setup from Zerx and Hunter there. A pincer-like maneuver outside the garage. So Zerx is tapping him from up above. Hunter can go in for the kill, as JoJo and company are just left in their boat without a paddle, as they just can't seem to find their direction. As Hunter cleans up the rest of the scrap on P5, we get a fresh set of rotations. NACL Champs joining the 100-point club. JoJo with the nice Renetti kill on stairs, but they're going to need more than fancy Renetti shots to secure the W here. They have set up well on P1, but we have seen already how efficient this Essex team is at breaking hills and breaking points. And just like that, they are on P1 and they have locked it down. Hunter and Sean on 2 streaks before going down. Sean staying alive like the Bee Gees, making them happy with a solid 4 streak, 18 and 12. P-Fryer in the corners, just trying to stay alive in this burnt out department as they crack 200 points. Sean and company are cooking in the kitchen. Sean gets the 5 streak, but could not secure that cruise missile. Hunter clears off point, and just look at how effective this Essex team has been, Sorrow.
Yeah, no, definitely capitalizing on these rotations. They're picking and choosing which hills they know that they can get to and capture and get the most of, letting go the scrap time. But the best thing is even if they let the initial go, they just break into these hills so easily to regain that hill after they get their teammates set up. And I mean, look at you have Sean going 21 and 13, Wanna going 20 and 5. Zerk's going 11 and 11, but you still have Hunter going 11 and 5. As as you said earlier, he's the one sitting on the hill a lot of the time. So they are just playing this Skid Row, to a T. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was a map that they chose.
Yeah, I think this could be it here. I do not see the Champs breaking this point. They are unable to do it last time. They're able to take down Wanna up top, but Hunter is right there in the alleyway to secure positioning. Picked up a huge 2-piece on the 3 streak. As Sean goes for the 4, Hunter's looking for the 6, got the 5, 15 and 5 now, a solid 3.0 KD as the Champs were just lining them up and Hunter was knocking them down. Sean with a big 2-piece as well. This Champs team has got to win these gunfights, and I'm pretty sure this is all she wrote. Zerx is going to clean up the rest of this scrap. Doesn't have to peek out, just has to hold, trust their teammates, and we see Sean just peppering shots in for a little extra spice after the fact, but that is a textbook and solid win from Essex right there, Sorrow.
Yeah,
250 to 87.
Yeah, no, definitely a strong showing by Essex right off the rip. You have him, Sean, here going 26 and 13 with a 2.0. They held really good angles on each point. You have Sean, 21 non-traded kills.
An 11 streak for Wanna. I didn't even realize there's so much happening. I didn't even notice the 11 streak for Wanna during that entire matchup. That is impressive, and it's got to be close to a record for the highest streak, at least in the Skid Row hard point, where there's a lot of tight corners, a lot of long routes to cover to get to point, especially that P5 to drop an 11 streak. You just gotta pat yourself on the back after that one, Juan, and that was magnifique.
Yeah, no, it was definitely good. And like I said, they played that really smart. They knew that, they could break back in probably to P1, so they went ahead and got set up on P2 right off the rip, and that was kind of a trend that they hosted as, the cycles went through. And they did it successfully each time. They stuck Hunter or Zergs up in that top building for P2, set up garage, let their other two, essentially chow one, and then as they essentially backed off of it, they were just so spread out and locked in that they just covered almost every angle. And that, I mean, I don't think they dropped a point on P2, any of the rotations.
No, I don't think they did. They play like that is efficient, locked in hard point, and it doesn't get much better than that. With a 250 to 87, a near 200-point differential, it's tough to see how the NACL champs bounce back after that. But Search and Destroy is a very different animal when compared to Hardpoint. You got to take a lot more methodical approach to it, especially on those attack rounds. Defense, it's usually favored in those control and search and destroy matchups. So it's just being methodical and taking your time, not rushing into dangerous situations. Check your corners, because I know people like to post up, especially on the next map coming up, Terminal. Going to be difficult to check all those corners, especially by the Burger Town, as we get a little cameo from Sorrow Joy Jr. and Pup.
Oh, did he walk off with the dog?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Adorable, by the way.
thank you.
But we're getting everything set up and situated, ladies and gentlemen. So I think, but unless you have anything else to add, Sorrow, we might just hop to a quick break while we dot our T's and cross our I's.
Real quick, while we're getting set up and do that, I am going to do a couple quick shout outs to our partners
Yes.
and sponsors, and then if they're still not set up, we
Ooh.
will dip out. So, going up first, one of the things I'm really excited for, especially since, we're going
Mhm.
to have Rich involved with it, but that is going to be our partnership with the Esports Cave. Now, we have a
Yes.
partnership with them, Rich, for the next 3 years, so expect lots of lands.
Lots and lots of lands. I've been to the Esports Cave before. It is a nice venue run by phenomenal people. I cannot tout it enough. It's in a very solid location, and luckily there is oftentimes plenty of food trucks and things to do in the area in between matches. So if you're looking to take a break, grab some good grub, hang out, get some fresh air, touch grass, and relax a little bit. It is a very solid place to host your event, your esports event. So well picked, and I'm looking forward to the fruits that are born of this relationship.
We are too. Our next partner that we're going to shout out is our merchandise partner Exclaimed. They are giving us the ability to make all sorts of sick merchandise for you guys. If you guys have all seen on Twitter, between the joggers, the hats, the hoodies, and our jerseys, they're
Mhm.
actually currently working on a one-of-a-kind custom jersey for Rally right now. I'm not going to give any details out yet because it's going to be a really big surprise when our players get to debut it at Viral in March.
Awesome.
Looking forward to how this is going to turn out. Give you guys an example. This is actually what one of our lovely hoodies is going to look like. So right there you have the Reaper's rendition of the Ninja hoodie with the face covering. So for those of you that live in cold states, this is perfect for you. For those of you that just like having something that looks cool, this is a great pickup as well. So both of these
Cool.
things we are happy
Very
and
clean.
looking forward to. And the last thing I want to shout out before we take a quick break is the fact that Rally March 1st is going to be doing our Alpha Challengers online 1K event. And we're going to be posting signups here this week to get people signed up. To be honest with you, I think we're going to continue the signups through March 1st and we're going to start the weekend after that, but it's going to be good. I already know some names that are looking forward to coming in, so it's going to be some good matches. So if you are a Challengers team out there, or if you're a team that just wants to try to give Challengers a try and see kind of where you stand, sign up for this 1K. It's a $100 team pass.
Hmm.
We're looking at a cap of 16 teams, and it's going to be good. We're definitely going to bring in some good podcasters for that as well, so it's definitely going to be something to see. Looks like they are still preparing to get this next lobby up and going. So we are going to take a quick break as we get the lobby set up. So do not go anywhere.
there a new code?
Yeah, I will check to see if there's new code. That's not what I wanted. No, he didn't send me a new code. Low Talker, I need you to send me the code for the other caster, unless you can just invite him. They said they sent you an invite, Rich.
Copy. Got it.
All right. So we are getting back in here. We're going to be doing a S&D on Terminal. Definitely a mixy map for some teams. I know it's an old favorite for others. Definitely be interesting to see how this goes.
Would have to agree with you there. Like I was saying over the break, Sarah and I were discussing our history with Terminal, in fact, and it is my favorite map of all time in Call of Duty history, I have to say. So I'm really happy they brought it back for Modern Warfare 3 and Search and Destroy. Some of you have heard me say this, but I'm saying it again. It's my bread, my butter, my sugar, my cream, my everything when it comes to casting. It is a cornerstone of the competitive Call of Duty scene, and I am so excited to see these two teams go at it after that, honestly, downright impressive domination in Hardpoint over this Champs team as we get set up and situated for round 2 of this best of 5. Essex looking to take a 2-0 lead, and Champs looking to add a W in the win column. As we get things underway, it is going to be Essex on the attack first. Seems to be a hard push towards Alpha with a split defense from the Champs, Sorrow.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they are looking at pushing Alpha. There's some gunfire going on here. And Sean does get JoJo as he was sitting there in that cockpit. And it looks like they are going to work to getting the bomb down. Zerx picks up Venom there. Bomb going down on B. And like that in a quick succession, they tactically take that plane. One against Corpse, and now it is 1-on-4.
Yeah, Low Talker getting beamed by Zerx as Essex continue their dominating run, taking a 1-0 lead thus far in Search and Destroy. As they continue to cooking with gas right next to the gas truck. Low Talker was talking the talk but could not walk the walk. Zerx taking him. A beautiful, beautiful shot as we get underway for round numero dos. We'll see if this Champs team can find their rhythm. A couple of donuts on the board for them thus far as ABS Essex just can't seem to slow down as we get underway for round 2. See how these teams fare on the flip-flop in Search and Destroy. Once again, a split defense as it's an aggressive push, all stacking on Alpha, looking to go through Terminal. And it's a beautiful push from Sean to... No, Hunter picking up the first blood. Sean taking out Low Talker. JoJo able to pick up the first kill for the Champs. But a beautiful push from that tunnel, catching him on that flank. Wana takes down Venom. JoJo got caught in the Terminal and just didn't stand a chance, Sorrow.
Yeah, no, they went towards that A, but Essex, instead of taking it from one direction, they hit it from all sides. They hit it from the steps, they hit it from Terminal, they hit it from plane, and they just kind of pincered them all in one area as they picked them off one by one.
Yeah, that was a really, really solid round from Essex, as we've seen how exceptional they are on both attack and defense. I'm seeing streaks of 1, 2, and 3. ABS Essex is impressing me as we get ready for round 3. We got to see something from the Champs that you do not want to be down 3-0, down 1-0 in the series against this Essex team. From what I've seen, it is just difficult to get anything going. They are just too clean, too efficient, too clean. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful push. Sean going down, JoJo gets one, but Hunter picks up the trade, and Venom all alone already in a quick 1v3. Shots coming in, able to take out Hunter in a beautiful long shot. Venom has a chance here. Hope is not fully lost. In a 1v2, it's definitely a winnable situation. Just see if Venom can play it right, and rightly so, taking the high ground, trying to get a vantage point and get some info on these last two Essex players. As Venom looking from on high on the HVAC, might be able to spot Wana, but unfortunately does not see them in the shadows. Venom trying to peek up, dropping down, going through. I think Juana spotted him and clean headshots through the grass, through the shrubbery, as a 3-0 lead. Essex looking to just sweep these champs under the rug. Venom got spotted on the rotation. Juana was waiting and didn't hesitate for a moment. Beautiful job from this Essex team again. Just a dominant performance, Sorrow.
Yeah, no, you can definitely tell that these guys play a lot of COD together just on their teamwork, how they set things up, how they approach their corners as a squad. There's always someone there that looks like if a teammate could be in danger, another teammate's there to give assistance or pick up the trade. So they definitely are just flawlessly coordinated.
Yeah, Low Talker here getting picked up early by Hunter on the bookstore as Hunter rotates up terminal. Is going to be difficult for this champs team to try and get to objective. They already dropped bomb in bookstore. This is costing them more time. Scorps and JoJo rotating up towards Alpha now as Hunter is rotating up towards HVAC. Scorps looking for the pick, but can't seem to track down Hunter as nades and more start popping out. Hunter spots one rotating in, gives the call out to Zerx. Zerx expecting the push, but Hunter getting some more kills through mid as Scorps and Venom try to stay up. Venom and company able to break through, at least for the time being. It's a 2v2 situation. They can grab this round here. You got to get that bomb down quickly. Juana, though, picking up the shots, and it's all up to Scorps. Hunter down below, and Juana rotating in from mid. We'll see what Scorps can do in the 1v2. Oh,
and he just
tough loss.
He just comes out from behind the chair just a little bit too far, giving Hunter a cleaner target to hit. And just unfortunately, Hunter comes out on top in that gunfight, and Essex will move up 4-0 in this S&D.
That is a difficult deficit to try and beat. Hunter here sliding up. Scorps called it perfectly, peeked out a little too early, and just got peppered with body shots. I think landed that initial shot on Hunter, but just could not track him as well as Hunter tracked him. As we continue, Juana 5-0 after 4 rounds, looking for that cruise missile. They're already up 4-0. They're not really in the need of streaks, but you can't really complain when you have a cruise missile to call in. As we continue here in round 5, it's going to be a hard push through mid. They get that concealment down. Zerx and company laying down the firing squad just outside HVAC. Nate's coming in from Juana. Spotted Low Talker, looking for it. Does not spot Scorps. And there you have it. Scorps with a big 2-piece. Hunter now in a 1v3. The turns have tabled, ladies and gentlemen, as the NACL champs looking to take this one in a 3v1. Shots coming in. Hunter grabs Low Talker to 1v2, but getting picked up on the rotation. Read like a book. The champs have a round. There is hope yet for NACL. We'll watch the kill cam back coming from Venom. Peeking up through the cockpit. We were take off on time. Hunter will not delay this flight any longer. And beautiful shots from Venom.
You could tell there that he was only one tap, so his teammate did land several shots into him. He was just there to clean it up. But now that they have this momentum of this round, they need to carry it forward to stay in this and get this going. So they need to make something happen here on this offense.
Absolutely agree with you there, Sorrow. You do not want to let this momentum slip from your grasp as Essex is looking to shut it all down. Trying to rotate onto this Bravo objective now, electing not to go to Alpha, but Essex just stands up and picks up this rotation. Venom able to pick up Zerx, though. Juana still playing on the flower beds as Venom holds in Burgertown, looking to fry. Juana got to avoid the nade and does so successfully. Juana, though, picking up Venom on the repeaks as Hunter gets slightly damaged outside Alpha and JoJo in a 1v3. This is the last thing you wanted to see from the champs as JoJo has put themselves in quite a predicament. Rotating up, Sean spotting him as JoJo has to post up in a corner, is waiting for the push. Pressure is on, ladies and gentlemen, but pressure creates diamonds. We'll see if JoJo can sign here. As Essex gonna take it, Hunter. Like a hunter, taking down the buck in the fields. Essex just dropping them. JoJo popping up perfectly. Hunter was waiting on the head glitch, and it's just too easy. 5-1 match point. Essex showing no signs of slowing down as they look to take a 2-0 lead in this series. As we get underway for round 7. Hunter at 7-2, Juana on 7-1. No cruise missiles coming about thanks to the champs round win as Juana and company begin the rotation up to Bravo. Trophy systems already down for Essex. Juana pushing up with Sean, almost going down to team damage there. You got to be careful on those crossfires as it's already a 3v2. Low Talker pushing in, gets a big kill on Juana as it's a 2v2 now. Venom trying to rotate through tunnel as Low Talker takes the high ground on HVAC. See Sean here posted up in the corner just underneath Low Talker. Got to be careful. Once Low Talker pushes in, Venom might spot them as well as Hunter is playing far off the objective. A little too far for my taste, but to each their own. Might actually have made the smart play and might be able to pick up this rotation. Low Talker doesn't see him in the Burger Town. Low Talker going down. But Venom able to pick up the trade. It's a 1v1, Sorrow.
It's a 1v1, and they just happened to miss each other, too.
No chance to defuse, though. Venom, unfortunately, ran out of time, and a somewhat anticlimactic finish. Either way, it's another Essex W as they win at 6-1 as we push towards control. That is, again, a textbook way to be playing Search and Destroy. If you can win consecutive rounds on offense and defense, you continuously put your opponent in the corner and just battering them with body shots. Don't let them escape. As you can see there, game time is 6 minutes. It's one of the fastest Search and Destroys I've seen in a long time.
No, it was definitely a, hammer and anvil S&D, especially in a lot of those situations where they essentially posted up two teammates and then used their two teammates to corral them in and then just start picking them off as they essentially went into the pin for the slaughter. There's definitely great coordination on the side of Essex. Definitely there was a glimmer of hope there with Low Talker and them taking that route as we saw Scorp with that amazing two-piece to help keep his team in that round. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to get the juices going, and Essex just decided to plow on through like it was a light, snowy day.
Oh, absolutely. They take a 2-0 series lead, and we rotate now to control. This is the NACL champs' last chance to stay alive in this series. You do not want to be going down early as, quick 3-0 is just, it is a huge deficit to morale. I've been in several situations losing out and just, to put it lightly, getting dunked on by the opposition, and it is not fun. So we'll see how they respond to adversity here as we get Karachi control set up. Sorrow, anything to add before the break?
No, it's been definitely some powerful matches on the side of Essex. Hopefully, in this control used to always be the times that the tables turn. It looks like they are going to stay on their side, so we don't have to swap teams there. But this is the moment. Usually, if some teams could get this control, they usually rock in, and this is where we see our potential reverse sweep. But not that I want to, cast or curse that just yet, but that is always something that is on the table, and the control is definitely going to be the thing that makes or breaks it. So they're waiting for another player to get in here real quick. So we're going to go to a quick break while they get everything set up, and we will be right back with you guys.
Don't leave us.
And we are back as it looks like the next match is going to be a control on Karachi. How do you feel about Karachi?
It's a bit indifferent to me. I know it's one of those iconic maps we brought back, or excuse me, Call of Duty brought back, but it never left a huge impression in my mind as a standout map. But having it reintroduced into MW3, it's become one of my favorites for sure. I definitely enjoyed the landscape and how it's crafted out as Low Talker and company off to a phenomenal start on defense. Absolutely flipping the script on this Essex team. A quick 3-0. We'll see if they can keep it up, but that is a solid start from the Champs team.
Yeah, and Low Talker getting a nice three-piece there as he waited for them all to, come out that red room window.
Yeah, absolutely. Rotating up, Zerks getting peppered with some bullets. Low Talker adding the full seasoning with a beautiful headshot as Wanna and Hunter doing a split push, able to get on both objectives of stopping the clock, grabbing some progress. They secure that first progress bar on Alpha. Don't know if they'll be able to get the first on Bravo. No, they will not. 23-21 in lives. Champs with a slight edge thus far, but Zerks and company continue to capture this Alpha point. Bravo is obviously the harder of the two to capture, so if you can lock that down first, that would be ideal if you are this Essex team. Just trying to rotate all the way to Bravo after going down makes things very difficult with such limited time. They are able to secure Alpha, 21-19 in lives, and here comes the long push to Bravo. Wanna, though, getting things started off with a nice 2 streak, taking down Venom. Hunter takes down JoJo. Nice turn and burn from Scorps, able to take down Wanna and prevent the push from Essex. That was a solid 1v1 clutch from Scorps right there in that gunfight.
Absolutely. And Low Talker was on the verge of getting a streak, but unfortunately just had it ripped from him, and that A flip to B. Zerks takes him out there on the side of bus as they worked into this B point. Still no one touching on yet. JoJo does get Zerks, and Wanna gets Scorps as they keep going back and forth. Venom picking up Hunter in the back as he sits that mid-alley Low Talker. They're just doing a phenomenal job right now, just keeping them off of this B point.
Truly, 16-11 in lives, and I guess the Champs heard us through the ether. They heard us talking some schmack, and they wanted to schmack back against this Essex team in control. This is only the defensive round, so we'll see how they fare on the attack, but they are doing an exceptional job defensive-wise, keeping Essex off of this point. Now, all Essex need is a quick team wipe to clear point, clear hill, and lock it down. So lives may not be a huge factor, but at the end of the day, they do factor in nonetheless as we continue here. Hunter going down. Venom having a solid defensive start. Despite the 3 and 6, they have gotten some important kills like that one on Wanna as they continue to hold outside this Bravo objective. Doesn't look like Essex can get anywhere close. Low Talker is still there, able to defend on point. Picks up Sean, but Zerks is there. They get on B. 5-8 in lives, and this could spell disaster for the Champs.
It's now currently 3-6. They're going to have to get on the point, and they're going to have to hold this for their life. Sean gets Low Talker and actually keeps Hunter alive there. It's 3-on-4. They could potentially still hold this and come out. They're going to need to make a move in here quick. Wanna getting one, and there's one left, and like that they do clear it. It definitely looked like they had it there. They were holding an 8-kill lead there for a moment, and just like that, all it took was getting 4 down, getting on that point, and then essentially leading them like lambs to the slaughter as they came in to try to take it back.
It's really not unusual to be loved by anyone, and there's no love lost between these two teams. As surprisingly, Essex is able to somehow miraculously pull that round away from the Champs, stealing it from their grip. Hunter going for a 6 streak, has that cruise missile in the back pocket, and it really just goes to show you that at the end of the day, as long as you have team members up, the game ain't over until every player is down, till all 30 lives are spent. We'll see how the Champs bounce back on the attack. Zerk's able to pick up the first blood, but JoJo going absolutely crazy. Be sure to subscribe. Siwa Industries would like their cut as well. The champs getting good progress on Alpha, unable to secure that second progress bar, but are certainly doing well to start on the attack side of things.
Oh, they're playing ring around the rosy up there. Scorps does turn and get one of there as he goes to hop off top third. Sean unfortunately falls down trying to hop across. He couldn't give his teammates some assistance, but he does pick up Scorps though as they fight over P1, but Low Talker and Venom pick up 2 and get traded as I say that.
Yeah, and if I was Essex, I'd want to hop on Alpha at least momentarily, clear that progress on that second bar. It will not. I mean, if the champs are able to get there and secure it, get 2 or 3 stack it won't make too much of a difference. But if they only have one player on objective, they really just need a little bit of time. Just like that, they're going to be able to secure Alpha. I think Essex should have cleared, but at the end of the day, that's just how it goes. Zerk's trying to pepper in some shots, but cannot find their mark. Alpha about to be capped. Low Talker defending on the outside as Scorp secures 16 to 18 in lives. Once again, a really close matchup, but a 3 streak in the feed for Essex does not bode well for the champs.
No, they are currently down on lives as we sit 18 to 15, but as we saw last round, that clearly does not matter as long as you have the grit to stay in there and make every life count for what it's worth. Venom taking some peeks there, seeing if he sees anyone. He does. I think he peeped Zerks before Zerks backed up. He's watched him move. He doesn't catch him on the backside of the bus though, and Zerks does get him out. Wanna picks up Jojo and goes to wrap here, see if he can get an angle. Lives
Scorps holding. Ooh, nice headshot from Scorps. We continue here. Scorps is able to get on point. 12 to 12 in lives. It is contested. Wanna breaking through the door and just shutting it all down. Jojo is on there momentarily, but Low Talker and company trying to break through once again. Sean continuously cleaning up with Wanna, the dynamic duo, absolutely frying on this Bravo objective. Wanna, your current kill leader of this lobby with Hunter right behind it, 15 and 11. Wanna at 19 and 10. Sean going down finally, but Wanna rotating through. Wanted that 2-piece, but couldn't find it. Zerks continuing to hold down point, 8 to 6. Again, ABS Essex locking in.
And there's just no one close enough to get it, and like that, Essex goes up 2-0 in this control. Honestly, I want to say right now, if NACL wants to stay in this, they need to take this defense. They were so close the first time. They need to make sure that they, lock down those bolts, keep things every nice and tight, and make sure that they don't let something like that slip through their fingers a second time.
No, they cannot. This is do or die time for the champs. They are down 2-0 in control, down 2-0 in the series. They really cannot afford to make any mistakes here as they look to step up on defense. They had a solid first round on defense, and it just slipped through their grasp at the last second as it's a 3-stack on Alpha. It looks like the champs are just going to give Alpha away. Not going to contest too much. Scorps was there, got taken out quickly by Hunter, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Alpha is capped with 220 on the hill. Jojo picks up 1, but it's not going to make a dent, or a significant enough dent in this Essex team as now they begin their long rotation over towards Bravo. Scorps, Venom, and Low Talker all scoring kills for the champs, so the first defensive wave going in the way of the champs, but Zerk still in the back might try to cause some disruption, Sorrow.
Yeah, no, he's definitely looking at trying to start some discussions. He's following along this top. I don't even know if he realizes there's a player right underneath him as they essentially ran that path side by side. No one else could have planned that better other than actually planning it. Still, neither one of them notices where the other one is. Hunter does picks up Scorps off the point, and it looks like Zerks heard a door there at the bottom of Broken. He now realizes he had that player underneath, but he just can't get to him, and Scorps manages to pick him off. But soon after that, Sean and Wanna pick up 2, but Sean gets traded out, and no one. Venom just got Wanna off the point, so like that, their second wave has gone down as they continue to push forward, taking out the ABS Essex. Wanda does get a
Yeah,
nice grenade there, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Juana is with the nade, but JoJo getting the quick trade. Sean and Hunter picking up a big two-piece. Scorp staying alive, taking out Sean, and that's a huge trade for the champs. They need to just continue to lock in and at least win their gunfights. They cannot be down 2-3. As Juana tries to rotate in solo, Low Talker is able to pick up the trade. As Sean and company continue to push in, we'll see if they can lock down the defensive side of things once they lock in the Bravo objective. 14-14 in the lives, and here is where the champs fell last time. They need to break this hill ASAP. Sean and company currently holding. They two-stack on Bravo, looking for some more help. Sean trying to stay up as Juana goes down solo on objective, somehow staying alive as the rest of this Essex team begins to rotate in. Low Talker picking up Hunter as everyone rotating through the alleyway. We'll see if they can break hill. Sean holding. They need to get in there, but Sean won't let them. Sean standing tall on objective as ABS Essex clutch up big time in a 3-0 control in a 3-0 series. Just pure dominance.
Yeah, no, it was definitely some straightforward dominance coming out of Essex tonight in all three of their rounds. You know, they had moments there. They could have held and kept that defense. They were playing so well on the side of NCAL, but all it took was just the right amount of pressure from Essex to kind of peel them off. And then at that point, they all just kind of unfortunately got funneled into a kill box. And as long as Essex could keep one person on, that point wasn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That was just, again, they played it textbook. They did it perfectly. There was nothing better that they really could have done except maybe a few rotations adjusted here, few little pushes, restrained a bit. But at the end of the day, they won 250-87, 6-1 in hard point, or I'm getting my numbers mixed up. 250-87 in hard point, 6-1 in search and destroy, and 3-0'd in the control for a 3-0 series sweep. That is just unfortunate for the champs. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board, watch the VOD back, and learn from this Essex team because Essex just played some of the most efficient COD this caster's ever seen.
Now, there's always a chance that we could see these two teams meet up again later on in the bracket because with that,
Mm-hmm.
NACL is not out. They're just knocked down to the lower bracket. So as long as they can make
Yep.
that run, if Essex manages to keep it up, they'll either meet them at some point if they drop or they'll meet them at the end. So it'll definitely be interesting to see whether or not we see these two teams match up. And if that does happen, kind of see what NACL learns through their journey and see if that turns a different way. With that
Absolutely.
with that being said, we
That's-
do have two more matches tonight. We're going to allow the other
Mhm.
teams to get set up. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break so we can get this lobby up and going. So don't go anywhere as we get ready for game number 2.
We'll see you soon, chat.
The second that match ended, JoJo dipped. Yeah, he was not happy. All right. Well, now it's Yasad's uh, game, so he'll be happy that we're going on to that. All right. Correct. Nope. I had that issue the other day. I went to tag a player and I didn't realize he had changed his tag and his tag wouldn't work, so I had to hunt down his new one. For some reason, Twitter just doesn't automatically update it to like auto change or correct it. It just goes, nope, sorry about your luck. The one you're trying to use is broken. All right, Rally family, we are back as we have a match here between the Sirens, or how they like to go out on the outside, the Maui Sirens. And they're going against Bushido's Warriors' own Murderous Kittens. It looks like our first map here is going to be a hard point on Rio. How do you feel about Rio since it's been introduction now into the rotation?
I like it. I like it a lot. It's a more vibrant map than we're used to. It's not really sort of the duller grays of a cityscape or the toned down beiges of deserts and so on and so forth. It has this vibrancy to it of the blue pastels and the bright green palm trees. It gives a sense of life to the maps, which I appreciate. Which I don't think we've seen in too many maps. I mean, Terminal is sort of there, but again, the colors feel somewhat diluted. So it's a very bright map. Not too bright. It's a very but it adds energy to it. It gives more vibrancy, like I've said. So I'm happy they've added to it. It's definitely a standout just due to its design, coloring, and lighting alone. As well, it's a fun Call of Duty map. It's got the traditional 3 lanes, plenty of avenues for long gunfight engagements and close quarters for our SMG players. So I'm excited to see it added to the rotation for the pro scene.
Oh, absolutely. And it looks like they have everything set up, so the players are good to start it whenever they want. But you are definitely right. This map is definitely more vibrant. I almost want to say that because of the vibrant energy that it pulls up and kind of how it's laid out, it almost seems like it's more of a faster paced map. You have a lot more SMGs wanting to fly, and there's a lot of more battles that happen versus some of the other maps that it seems like a lot of long alleyways or slower paced play is typically the option, where this is kind of just all out it.
Yeah, absolutely. As we get set up and situated, I'm excited to see how these teams fare, as I have not casted for them either. I haven't casted for Rally in many, many moons, and I am excited to get to know the teams competing and hopefully get an idea of the players I will be, casting for at the LAN later this summer as we get underway between this matchup of the Sirens and the Murder Kittens. Murder Kittens obviously have claws as also teeth, but Sirens can lead you to your doom if you're on a ship and you don't have any cotton to put in your ears. As we get things underway for this hardpoint matchup, it is going to be Dobbs with the first blood, but the Murder Kittens grabbing the first points here on Rio. Zero here, rotating up the escalators, looking to get onto point with their siblings as Sirens getting obliterated thus far in the early going. Invictus on a 2-0, looking to add to it. It's going to run into a wall of Sirens players getting shut down. Zero with a big 2-piece, though, as the Murder Kittens pick up the scrap and are getting a lot of P1 pointage. Typically, you don't see a team grab over 30. A missing piece hopping off early. If you ask this caster, there's still plenty of time on that hill. But sadly, Murder Kittens just hopping off a little too eagerly to rotate to this P2. Wise and company, we're talking big game before this matchup. So we'll see if they can back it up on the sticks. Wise going down 5-1 with a tough TK on 0 as the Sirens are finally able to put at least a point on the board. Sorrow.
Yes, they do put a point finally on the board, and it looks like they do have control of the hill finally. But they definitely, it got mixy. Simply there with a team kill, though, as he goes to pick up Invictus. Dobbs picks up 5-1. Zero gets Yasad. Simply gets 0. And it looks like we're back to just no one sitting on this P2. They do manage to get back on as they hit 15 now. But again, there's just lots of contesting. They're probably not getting as many points as they'd like out of this hill right now.
Now, I'd have to agree. They're unable to crack 30, it looks like. Or they might just be able to tie it if my math was wrong, which it wasn't. They hopped off point early. Murder Kittens trying to rotate early, and they have so successfully. But the stun from Matrix, able to clear it off, at least for the moment. 0 going down as Matrix picks up a big 2-piece to clear off point as the Sirens take the lead. We'll see for how long though can they hold it. Matrix on the 4 streak, make it a 5. Matrix seeing ones and zeros can already plot the course. The Murder Kittens don't have an answer, at least not yet, as Matrix continues to cook. Wants that 6 streak but cannot secure it. Not yet. A missing piece gets found. Matrix continuing to cook. Make it a 7 streak. Matrix just can't seem to be stopped, rotating in and around this map, just bobbing and weaving, popping and locking these shots to perfection. Matrix looking for the 8 streak. As Dobbs is on the 4, Matrix is knocking on the door of that 8 streak. We'll see if they can secure a 10 or higher, perhaps. But I may have been hyping it up too much. Matrix finally going down there, Sorrow.
Yeah, he did finally go down, getting some shots in the back as he goes to rotate over to the next point. And it looks like Murderous Kittens will be the first to touch it. Dobbs gets 0, though, and simply gets 5-1. So now is their chance to make a move and take this point back, which they do. But they need to dedicate, sit on, and get locked in so that way the Murderous Kittens do not rip them off of it. And you saw picks up 1, simply gets another, and it looks like they're going to get settled in.
Yeah,
Matrix.
this just in, Sorrow. The chat cannot hear game audio. Don't know what we can do to adjust mid-match, but if anything can be done, let's do it. As Dobbs continues to hold, trying to protect the outside. Dobbs with a double, but it ain't enough as the Murder Kittens get back on point. 0 rotating in on this garage and rotating off. Gotta hold that point. Picks up the kill, but gets you off of objective, and Matrix was able to pick it up. As 0 rotating in from the outside, able to take out Matrix with a quick trade, but again, leaving a lot of points on the board for the Sirens to take advantage of. Still within contention, it's 83-48, but the Sirens looking to take a commanding lead here. 0 and company doing a great job defensive-wise in and around the point. A missing piece holding currently, but needs some backup. Maybe not. Matrix going down to the headshot. Dobbs lurking on the outside in the truck. Invictus rotating up top, but able to avoid the shots from Dobbs. Cruise missile inbound with no hits, sadly. 0 with the 2-piece as the Murder Kittens have caught up in a big way on this Sirens team. 0 rotating up, picking up a quick kill on Dobbs on the 3 streak. Missing piece with the 2. 5-1 on the 1. Murder Kittens is getting it done. They take the lead simply, though, with the 2 pieces, not able to take it away from a missing piece. You will not be able to finish this puzzle, ladies and gentlemen. A missing piece continuing to be a thorn in the side of the Sirens on that 4 streak, able to lock in on that point. Do we have game audio once again, Sorrow?
Yeah, the game audio should be up now to where it can be heard, so everything should be good there. Missing piece there with that beautiful 2-piece that you pointed out as he managed to hold on to the last of that rotation as they work now to get on P1 and see if we can get them to hold it the same way they did the first time. Sirens definitely need to make sure that they don't just let them get another 30 on here, or else they could run away with the lead.
Yeah, absolutely. Game audio is confirmed working just to ease your nerves there, Sorrow, as Invictus looking for the 2-piece, cannot find it. A missing piece, though, on the 5 streak with 0 on the 3. 0, though, is anything but a 0 for their team at 130-87, a near 50-point differential. Missing piece still holding, but cannot defeat the Matrix, who's ready to cook, make it a 3 streak through the fire and the flames. A beautiful job from Matrix here. Gets that trophy system down just in the nick of time. 0 trying to play the head glitch, but eating the stun of their own as Sirens have been able to rotate to P2. We'll see if they can catch up. Down by about 25. They're going to need the rest of this point to secure the lead. As the Murder Kittens clear them off 5-1, looking for some more. Gets absolutely turned and burned by Matrix, who pops off for the 3-piece, sadly going down at the last second. Could not secure that hill for the Sirens, but the Murder Kittens just getting a bit embarrassed there by Matrix with a beautiful 3-piece. I mean, you cannot let that happen, especially in hardpoint.
Yeah, no, definitely not when you're trying to, hold down. That's how teams manage to come back, get the lead by clearing you off and getting set up. Fortunately, they did have their 4th member there who managed to take Matrix out, and unfortunately his teammates just were not there to capitalize on his little kill spree there. They definitely need to get some locks in here soon if they want to go. And right there's 4 down, so they should be able to maintain this up this point quite well as the kittens start funneling themselves in. Keep an eye there on number 6. You can see that he's going to try to funnel in through this backside here. I don't know if they have anyone watching us, so they definitely need to do something here, or else Yazad. Oh, he does manage to peek him through the window and get him, keeping the hill safe, but Invictus comes from the steps and manages to fish it off. Get the second one there, and simply missing piece gets Matrix, and it looks like the hands of the hill have changed.
No, I don't think they have. The Sirens continue to hold and are looking to take the lead. They stand up with a stalwart defense and are able to secure the lead, as we are going to have ourselves a bit of a back and forth in the latter half of this hardpoint matchup. 2.5 on the clock. Zero waiting for the rotations, but decides to push towards Bicycle Shop. Could be costly. Oh, got caught out. Was not reloaded with their rival 9. Matrix able to pick up the kill, as Wise takes down a missing piece. Objective is clear. Invictus is still lurking on the side. Zero getting peppered and taken out by Matrix as Sirens get back on point. A missing piece going down before Matrix is finally traded out, as Wise holds as they begin to tick upward on the scoreboard. Wise having a bit of a rough game, but is able to lock in these points for their team. Because at the end of the day, you could be popping off for 40 or 50 kills, but if you're not getting hill time, it don't matter. Wise and Dobbs combining for a nice 2-piece as they continue to hold. Sirens getting most, if not all, of this point, Sorrow.
Yeah, no, they definitely are coming back from where they were at the start of this match. As they were down, they've definitely now powered through, come together as a team with this now soon-to-be 50-point lead. If they keep this up and go on to the next, hill, they could potentially end it relatively quickly.
Yeah, they have to get on it now, though, if they want to secure it on this one, and they're going to have to hold it for each and every single second, because it's going to come down to the wire. 5-1 is close. Dobbs looking to peek out, gets peppered and taken out. Murder Kittens get on there for a second, so I don't think the Sirens will be able to secure the W here, at least not yet. Murder Kittens trying to find a way to get on this point. They need every second they can. They are down by, close to exactly 50 if my memory or math serves me right. Make it 60 as 5-1 slides in, holding on point. Rotating in is simply, and that is just simply a beautiful 2-piece. Matrix currently carrying the team at 34-19, looking to pepper in even more shots and contest. Invictus going down as Wise and company. There's a big 3-piece for the Sirens, as the Murder Kittens not looking too good here as we begin our rotation. Once again, back to P1 where it all began. Sirens at 219, the Murder Kittens playing catch up at 153. Sirens looking to put this one away, Sorrow.
They're definitely looking to put this one away. They did get early rotations on the P1, which has been a hill the Kittens have been known to hold pretty well, but Sirens managing to lock it down. They do get ripped off here with needing 20 seconds, so if they don't want to end here on this P1, Murder's Kittens are going to need to hold this through at least for another 13 seconds. As the contest comes in, but they still manage to hold on to it. You have a missing with a double there, giving it for his team. Simply comes in, gets Invictus, but gets traded out by Zero, and this hill is still in the hands of the Kittens. So I wouldn't quite count them out. If they can hold on to all of this and get themselves close to the 200-point mark and manage to play good rotation COD, they can still take this away from the hands of the Sirens. And the Sirens are very determined to not let that happen.
Yeah, they were able to break on the last few seconds of that, making it 233 to 184. But if the Murder Kittens can't hold or break this point, they are going to lose this one. They unfortunately lose out on the rotation, simply able to get a quick 2-piece and lock down objective. So they start securing more points. Nades aplenty coming in for Murder Kittens. They're going to need to get a trophy system down on objective real quick. Matrix with a big 2-piece, 246, and climbing. This one's all over. The Siren's going to take this one, ladies and gentlemen. 250 to, I believe, 185, and that is all they wrote. Solid round from the Sirens, coming back from a bit of a deficit in the early going to take a resounding win. Dobbs here with the final kill, finishing with a very solid 35-15. 5-1, unfortunately, going down. As we get a look at the KD, or the scoreboard, excuse me, 27 non-traded kills for Dobbs and Matrix individually, not combined, individually. So over 50 non-traded kills for Dobbs and Matrix just shows the efficiency of that Sirens team. They do not miss as
Uh,
they start off exceptionally well at 1-0.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you could tell there when, Dobbs and Matrix really started getting heated up. We started seeing, long green kill feeds between the two of them, just picking off the Murderous Kittens teams and essentially giving their team the advantage on the rotations to be able to get themselves back into it. And then once they got the lead, they just kind of held on to it through the rest of the game.
Yeah, it was a really solid job. As looks like we're still discussing hosts and what have you betwixt the teams. Just a really solid start for the Sirens. I mean, like I said, those 27 non-traded kills. It's tough to counter. I know I was hyping up Hill Kittens and saying if you just post up on the hill, you're gonna be just fine. But at the end of the day, if you're not alive on the hill, it really don't matter. So trying to combat 27 non-traded from two players, let alone one, is tough.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's definitely tough. When you have two people, especially on the same team with that much slaying power, you definitely have to make sure that you have players there to be able to lock in those trades and win those gunfights. So then that way that player is not just racking up multi kill after multi kill. Which if you look back
Mm.
through the VOD, you'll see that Matrix had not just one three piece, but he had a few three pieces, and Dobbs was right there with him. So that,
Mm-hmm.
definitely slaying power on the side of the Sirens when it came to those two players.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to get everything set up in a new lobby, I believe. So we will be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We got more Call of Duty content coming at you, serving it up hot and fresh. We'll see you real soon.
right, Rally family, we are back going into this SND of this map as we have what appears to be an S&D on Invasion.
Very fun. Very fun. I've loved Invasion as well. However, I found it quite difficult if you are on the attack side. It is a very defense heavy map, especially for control. I've seen many a times players successfully take the Bravo objective in that alleyway with ease. And once they start rotating towards the bus station, it's going to take just a tremendous amount of effort to try to break that hill if you're the attacking side. But this is Search and Destroy. We'll find out who will take the crown here as Sirens have a 1-0 lead. Should be interesting either way.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like the teams have the lobby set up, so they are good to start it whenever they would like. But you are right. It's definitely going to be interesting. The B point there, over there by the forklift, is definitely an open hill. Not a whole lot to defend by. That's one of those type of hills that I would rather use it as a second option once I've gotten some players out than use that as a first off offense strategy. A is definitely usually the go-to, but there's lots of lanes to that A hill, so there's no matter where you get captured from. So it's definitely be interesting to see how they play as a team on the attacking side on both sides to make one of these objectives work in their favor.
Yeah, I would have to agree. As we get everything set up and situated, just want to give a huge thank you to Rally Esports. They have been a tremendous help throughout my casting career, and I know I will hopefully always have a place to cast with them should I get the itch once I go pro to come back. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll stop hyping myself up and start doing what I was brought here to do, and that's hyping up these incredible players and these incredible teams as we get underway for my bread, my butter, my sugar, my cream, my everything when it comes to casting. As the Murder Kittens are back to their murderous ways, 5-1, taking down Wise in the street. Here as they head glitch on the tank, looking for the two-piece on Dobbs, but Dobbs is able to scare him off. Hitting with the tail between their legs, running for their mama. As Zero is actually rushing up, taking down Dobbs. Matrix finally striking for the Sirens to make it a 2v3, Sorrow.
Yeah, definitely a 2v3. Simply trying to work on this back side, but he ends up just missing the player that was sitting there as they go to hop off. And it looks like they actually got removed by Matrix, as we said, as a 2v2. Now it looks like they're going to try to push this back towards A. So it's going to be interesting on this approach because technically how things are set up, he could be caught right here. It doesn't look like he may have been seen, and his teammate comes around the corner and Missing Piece. He just happens to check the wrong side. Missing Piece manages to take him out, and now we have simply in a 1-on-2 battle with the bomb down. He's gonna need to be smart how he plays this. Does he check the bomb? It looks like they saw each other going back and forth and tangling. Bomb is still counting down.
Simply here, rotating in through mid. Bobbing and weaving, goes for the reload wisely. 5-1, getting spotted. Simply in the smoke, trying to escape. A 5-1 gives chase. Simply is able to bob and weave and now rotates up perfectly to defend. 5-1 gets absolutely bamboozled. Rotates up and doesn't even realize that is textbook search and destroy play from the Sirens. And that's just tough for the Kittens. Did not realize Simply used their own smoke against them. Oh my goodness, a 2-0 start for Simply, and that is just simply beautiful to see. Just getting bamboozled in the hotel reminded me of Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, something fierce. That was just wonderful to watch. Well done, Simply. That's got to be on their highlight reel.
No, absolutely. That's definitely something that you want to have on the VOD to go through, just using that smoke because he tries to use it to give himself cover to essentially bum rush him, but instead he uses that to make his escape, set up the defense for the bomb, and just uses it to capitalize for the round for his team. 5-1.
Yeah, absolutely.
Picks off Matrix.
Go ahead, sorry.
5-1 picks off Matrix off the team. Runs in too Simply as well and manages to pick him up. That is 2 down for 5-1 as we sit at 4-on-2. And it looks like they're debating right now as a team where they want to take the bomb. They kind of see some players on the rotation, kind of playing it slow right now. Dobbs does pick up a Missing Piece, and it looks like A is going to be the objection of choice. He doesn't currently have any help on that side, though, so his teammates are going to need to work on this rotation to give him support. Now is 2-on-2. You saw it picks up 0. Dobbs picks up 5 and 1. It's now a 2-on-1. Invictus all by himself, and Yasad manages to pick him up, and there you have it. The Sirens go up in this S&D 2-0 as they clear the board, play it slow, play it smart, and manage to defuse this bomb with more than enough time at hand.
Just an incredible job from the Sirens thus far as they continue to go up in this series. See if they can match the score at Search and Destroy currently to the series score, as everyone's rocking the 2s on the Sirens and a couple of breadsticks and donuts for the Murder Kittens. Hopefully they can adjust their diets to improve said scoreboard, as it's going to be a Bravo push from this Sirens team. Nades and stuns already going out. Dobbs here looking for the shots on 5 and 1. That's a big kill on 5 and 1. Invictus is able to get the trade. It's a 3v3 as Matrix takes down 0. Invictus and a missing piece looking to rotate over to this Bravo objective. Wise being smart, but again, you got to be a bit more aggressive. You already have 2 players down on Murder Kittens and you don't see anyone in their usual spots. Take advantage and get some positioning on this Bravo point. Dobbs picks up Invictus though, and now a missing piece. Feels like the missing piece all alone. And not yet forgotten. Wise rotating up at the wrong time. A little extra spice. Missing piece. Peppering him with the Renetti shot after the fact. I think the Siren's going to remember that one as Dobbs and Matrix look to clutch up in the 2v1. A missing piece. Trying to just stay alive and grab the Murder Kittens their first round, but got a little too eager with it. You should not be shooting dead bodies when you're in a clutch situation, brother. 3-0. For the Sirens. Matrix here with the drop shot. Read and missing piece like a book. Solves that puzzle, no problem. Missing piece must have been a corner piece. Just finishing that puzzle without issue. As we continue here, it's a solid 3-0 start for the Sirens. How can the Murder Kittens respond, Sorrow?
Well, to be honest with you, they need to come together. They need to stop playing quite as fast as what they have been and give their time to set up. Unfortunately, they seem to be pushing some of their, even on defense a little bit too aggressively and allowing the Sirens to start picking them off and putting them at a man disadvantage.
100%. Invictus gets a big kill on Dobbs. Dobbs was on that 4 streak looking for a cruise missile, but unfortunately will not be able to get it done. Invictus gets a huge kill for the Murder Kittens, puts them up 4-3. Grabbing that first blood just already gives you a boost of confidence. It's in your advantage. Dobbs, or 0, excuse me, going down to Simply, though. So we're right back at it in a 3v3, but getting that first blood, it gives your team that initial boost of serotonin, that dopamine of confidence as Invictus getting the 2 streak, starting to cook a little bit. It's a 2v2 gunfight situation. Wise in mid, trying to rotate and stay alive, gets taken out, laying in the field, stomped on like a worm after a rainstorm. Simply, though, is back at it with the trade, a missing piece going down, and now another 1v1 for Simply. And Simply do some more bamboozling beautification on this map. Invictus, though, with a long rotation, trying to sneak up on Simply. So they're playing a little ring around the rosy initially, but Simply rotated out. Sirens taking it 4-0. Simply clutching yet another 1v1 is simply amazing. I'm going to be making a lot of Simply puns, ladies and gentlemen, so get ready and get used to it. Simply just doesn't miss a bullet. That was beautiful, Sorrow. Ain't no 2 ways about it.
No, it was definitely, beautiful. I would definitely say if you're on the side of the Sirens and you have a man in a 1v1 situation, Simply is definitely the player that you want to be, as he's proven that he makes smart rotations, smart choices, especially with that smoke, and he comes out on top for those victories. I mean, honestly, I would say that he would definitely be the man to count on if, he was your last hope.
Yeah, 100%. Simply has been clutch king thus far throughout this series, it seems, or at least this Search and Destroy matchup, as the Murder Kittens have yet to find a round. They're having a few lucky moments, but they just need to stack them. 0 picking up that first blood again, but Dobbs is right there with the trade. It's a 3v3. See number 7-0 all alone on Alpha, as Simply is looking to distract, is just barely peeking out on this overhang, trying to find 5-1 on the tank, but is unable to. Now 5-1 wanted that kill, but simply staying alive. Staying alive will simply not go down. Sitting on the 3 streak currently, and does not want to drop to a goose egg, as it looks like number 7-0 rotated back to help out on Bravo. See, Matrix might have a chance to defend. Nade going in. Dobbs able to pick up 0, and this is a chance to plant on Alpha, but rotating in 5-1 from out of nowhere, taking him out. Simply sliding up, checks the corner and gets absolutely bamboozled by 5-1. You love to see a little reverse psychology come into play. Dobbs pushing in for the attack. 5-1 weekend, and there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Sirens taking a 5-0 lead. What a performance.
Yeah.
And beautiful 1v1s coming down to the wire, but Dobbs and the Sirens getting the advantage on the Murder Kittens once again. Sorrow.
Yeah, no, definitely. For a minute there, I thought that the Murder Kittens being up 2-1, that essentially may have had that in the bag, but Dobbs played back and played up, managed to remove the guy from that side door, and then just outplayed, their last man on the tank. And unfortunately, he just stuck out, shot out too far, and Dobbs had the perfect angle just to light him up down the side, and that's all it wrote for the Sirens.
Yeah. Again, it's a match point. Murder Kittens struggling thus far. They have not found their rhythm. They have not found their edge. They have not really taken advantage of those first bloods and having the numbers game as simply striking first for the Sirens, rotating up and getting a big 2-piece. 5-1 needed to win that gunfight, but sadly was popping the little toesy woesies. Dobbs takes out Invictus, and it's all but over. A missing piece ain't going down without a fight, though, in a 1v3 situation. Simply spotting them, but either way, the Sirens got the W there. Ladies and gentlemen, Sirens have a 2-0 lead as we rotate into control. They kept the hard point fairly close, but the Murder Kittens have got to do something really, really impressive if they do not want to lose this series outright. Wise here playing his head glitch perfectly. A missing piece was getting rotated on by Simply either way. As we see the non-traded kills come in, 8-7 for Simply and Dobbs. The Murder Kittens just couldn't win their gunfights, and that is going to cost you at the end of the day. Sirens, again, have a 2-0 lead. It's going to be interesting to see how the Murder Kittens respond in control. Like I've said, Sorrow, what do the Kittens got to do? Become the big jungle cats
Well,
to bounce back.
I would definitely say that, control is going to be the game that they need to do it in. Obviously, if they lose here, it's done. They walk out, and that's be the second 3-0 that we've seen of tonight. Which, folks, yes, they're exciting matches, but we want to see those 5-round matches. We want to see those nail biters and how they go back and forth, and whether or not you can't pick and choose, who's going to come out on top. But in this situation, we did see, the Merc Kids, they played very good hard point there at the beginning of that. Unfortunately, the Sirens just managed to come back around with that. So I'd say with this, with this control, they need to have that same mentality they did at the beginning of that hard point. They need to set up. They need to have, good rotations back and forth between the 2 points, lock in, and essentially defend them. And as long as they can do that, they can potentially take this control from the Sirens. But if they let the Sirens do what they did in the second half of that hard point and essentially start steamrolling them and have a bunch of unanswered kills, then I'm afraid there's a little bit of glimmer of a hope for the Kittens to walk into the jungle.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. We'll see if the Kittens can grow up a bit and grab their adult claws and hopefully find some traction, get something going, because it has been rough to say the least. We are going to get everything set up for control, so we'll take a quick break, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We will see you real soon. And real, I'm not a full-time for Rally, but I will be casting for them a lot throughout this season, so you'll see me plenty on the Rally Esports stream. Don't forget to rally up, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you real soon. Don't go anywhere. I'm watching you.
All right, Rally family, we are back as we go into this map 3 control on Karachi. Right now, the Kittens are definitely going to need to make some miracle dreams happen here if they want to stay in this. How do you think they fare going into this control?
Well, it should be interesting. They subbed out Murder Kitten subbed out Invictus for RM Maze, so we'll see if the swap will help out at all. But the Sirens have looked dominant, so it is unlikely. If anything, I think it could hamper the Murder Kittens. Just getting a new player in there, mid-match can or mid-series can cause a bit of disruption. You may not have that same flow, that same etiquette you have with your teammates that you typically see in Call of Duty lobbies. But either way, they were subbed in for a reason, so hopefully they can step up and show out as we get things underway.
Yep, and it looks like all the players are ready and set to go, so they are free to start whenever, and we'll be going into this Karachi and see what comes of this back and forth battle for this control. But you're definitely right. There definitely could be some things that could disrupt you, especially if you don't know whether or not the player's been warming up. You sit in a fresh place. This could be like one of their few first games. May not be hot. Yeah,
All set and ready to go on our end, brother.
Um, but yeah, but like like we were saying, he could be fresh. He couldn't be heated up, and that could potentially hurt his performance. Or like you said, the coordination
Mhm.
between the teams. If he's just not seeing how they're playing, it could actually be a hindrance rather than a help.
Yeah, absolutely. As we get everything set up and situated, it should be an exciting round 3 in this best of 5 series. Sirens looking to sink the Murder Kitten ship, draw them to the rocks, hence their namesake. And the Murder Kittens, again, trying to live up to theirs and step up with the murder inside and less so much of the kitten side, I should say, as we begin here in control. A very different beast from Hardpoint and Search and Destroy. But either way, these teams are prepped for it, and they should be as ready as ever, as it's a hard push on the defensive side. Or, excuse me, it's a split push defensive-wise and attack-wise, as Matrix is first on objective, is able to get to Alpha. Dobbs picking up 0 for the first blood. Wise right there with it, and the Sirens off to a phenomenal start as they get that first progress bar on Alpha, Sorrow.
Yeah, nope, they're definitely getting a rather quickly, but Mays ends up going up on the top third, gets 2 and clears the point. Bud does get traded out by Dobbs, but there is currently no one sitting on A, as if you look at number 6, 5 and 1, has the opportunity here to clear the progression and take it back down to that first tick. And as I say that, Isaac comes in, rips him off the point, but gets traded out by a missing piece. Still with a little bit of progression on the second tick of A, but no real pushing. It's simply coming through their backside, picks out 5 and 1, and looks like he's aiming to be a tear as they come into the map.
Yeah, absolutely. Maze is getting things started off with a bang, introducing themselves with a solid 2-0 start before quickly being taken down. Simply a Matrix picking up kills, simply taking down a missing piece, but Maze able to pick up the trade. They are able to secure Alpha relatively quickly, 24-20 in lives with a minute 39 on the clock. This Bravo Hill is obviously the tougher of the two. We've said it time and time again. Wise going down up top. As we see 5 and 1 lurking in the corner here, waiting for the rotation out. Shots coming, Matrix going down, but simply getting the trade. Rotating in and around through Hotel, just trying to set up positioning for this push. As we see Wise get set up on the outside, waiting for the push from Alleyway. 5 and 1 gonna pop up first, but it's gonna be 0 rotating in from the outside, surprising even yours truly, as Wise gets taken out. A solid job defense-wise from the Murder Kittens, as they have brought down the deficit 18-17 lives. As they continue to trade out shots, we'll see if they can continue for the next minute or so. It's going to be a close one, Sorrow.
No, it's definitely going to be a close one. B being the last point available here, lives within each other. No real, buddy on the Siren side able to step a foot in this B point yet, as the Kittens have done quite a, glamorous job of holding it down, catching ankles. 5 and 1, picking up simply there, getting some shots across him, but they're keeping them at bay as we come down to the last 25 seconds here. you know, they need to do something to get on here, or else the Kittens may actually take this first round. Dobbs with a grenade there through the window, getting 5 and 1, and that clears them off the point. They only have one person to pass through now, but Maze does not see Matrix there in the corner. But luckily 5 and 1 there to pick up Simply. 5 and 1 with another one on Matrix, and they are keeping them off. And just like that, the Kittens go on the board in one of these rounds now in this control.
Yeah, they really needed that round 1 win to let the Sirens team know they're not going down without a fight. 5 and 1 with a solid 2-piece in the kill cam, just popping up like a reverse whack-a-mole and whacking back in a big way for a solid 2-piece finish. As we continue here in Karachi, we'll see how the Murder Kittens fare on the attack side of things. Again, Control is a very defense-favorited mode, so we'll see how the Kittens have adapted with Maze. They seem to have done so exceptionally well, as Maze started that first round at 7 and 6. We'll see if they can continue here in round 2, Sorrow.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you are right. This is definitely a defensive mode. I'd definitely say even more so on this map, where even letting A go right off rip, as long as you can mount up B and hold it like a fortress, it can sometimes be one of the hardest points to rip from the claws of your opponent.
Would have to agree with you there, as Murder Kittens try to get set up on Alpha. They are able to secure that first progress bar. Zero trying to get to the exploded out apartment, but cannot make it. A solid 3-piece from the Sirens. 5 and 1 trying to rotate up and get close, but gets taken out by Dobbs once again. 27 to 24 in live. Sirens are playing solid lockdown defense, as it looks like they are trying to keep the Murder Kittens in their spawn. Might be going for a spawn trap here, but Maze and 5 and 1, giving them a little breathing room as they get back onto Alpha. We'll see if Dobbs can clear it out at all. Dobbs grabs one, Simply grabs another, as it looks like the Murder Kittens are going to be unable to secure Alpha. Maze holding as Zero rotates in for a beautiful 2-piece. Matrix, though, gets a 2-piece of their own, and it goes in favor of the Sirens once again, but a valiant effort from Zero right there, Sorrow.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And Simply actually could have had it there, but I don't know if you caught it, but he actually ran out of bullets, and not just one gun, but both of them. He swapped to his pistol, went to fire, went back to his R9, and unfortunately had a few bullets left, and just kind of got caught there with his pants down in the middle of the point.
Oh no, look at this taking place while we were chatting. The Murder Kittens were able to bamboozle the Sirens and fully rotate over to B. They 2-stack, they get 2 progress bars and are looking to finish. Matrix trying to break through but cannot. Bravo going to be capped relatively quickly. The Murder Kittens have the lead in lives. Now rotating back to Alpha, and this could be a 1-2 wombo combo punch as the Sirens were left distracted on Bravo. They were able to clear it somehow, some way, and keep it in their hands, but only barely. Oh, that was almost devastating for the Sirens there, Sorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. There for a second, if they could have managed to keep those last 2 Sirens players off, they could have captured both points in session of each other. Luckily for the Sirens, they did manage to break in and remove the players and keep that last point alive. But here we sit at 11 lives on one side, 9 on the other. With only 1 bar left of progression left to get here on B. So all they need is a good solid push and locking this down, and it could be another round in the bag for the Kittens. Zero taking down Matrix here.
Simply holding on objective with a big 2-piece, not letting it go with pistol in hand. Dobbs is there for the assist, and I think that might just do it. You see number 7, a missing piece is close, but I don't know if they'll be close enough. Dobbs going to pick him up on the rotation. They cannot escape in time, and I think this could do it. Dobbs popping off behind the check-in booth. Call him Mr. Mosby. He's getting work done. Maze, last one up. Might be able to rotate in time, but to get a solid sweep of the objective solo in a 1v8 technically is nigh impossible. It's all but over here. Maze already getting peppered with shots as they rotate through mid, trying to stay alive. Series at a 2-0 for the Sirens. Maze picks up Simply. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Sirens able to tie things up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, they definitely did tie it up. He looked like he could have been on a rotation there heading towards B, but his teammate making the call out that he ended up dying there on that broken wall, giving Matrix the thought process to look at that window and just catch his Maze right as he clears it, just in shot, and like that, Matrix just takes it clean off.
Yeah. A 5 streak for Dobbs, by the way, looking to secure that cruise missile could prove dangerous as we continue here in the control. You got to be careful because those cruise missiles can't be stopped by the little piece of plastic known as a trophy system anymore. As we get things underway, it's going to be a 2-stack on Alpha as Murder Kittens play a little soft on the defense, trying to rotate up now, but trophy systems are already down. 5-1, sneaking in a nade kill somehow. Matrix and Dobbs both scoring shots, though, as they are able to lock down Alpha, at least for the time being. And a nice drop shot from Dobbs as they secure 2 progress bars on Alpha now with just 1 life down. And a solid job. Zero rotating up, but cannot get through Wise. Wise holding, trying to stay up. 5-1, looking to contest, picks up Dobbs and contests at the last second, but Wise able to lock in. Missing piece, looking for something. Got to take the shot, simply going down. Might have been able to score a 2-piece had they kept the high ground. 5-1 is able to pick up the trade, but you see Sirens already getting a few touches on Bravo as Matrix gets a huge win, down to just 1 HP. Stuns and more coming in, but Matrix staying alive. 1 HP and a dream, ladies and gentlemen, able to rotate to safety simply with a big 2-piece, and this one is not looking good for the Murder Kitten, Sorrow.
No, it's definitely not. Dobbs holding down this B point with Assad. They're going to have to do something here to rip away, but they're just holding these angles, catching them as they try to come in. And they're just simply coming from the hop-up side and catching them there as they went to come up, and there was just no one close enough to contest the point. And like that, the Sirens go up 2-1 in this control. I mean, when you have players like Matrix, you have players like Dobbs, once they get set up and get grooving, you need to do whatever you can to knock them off that rhythm, or they're just going to keep rolling it like a high-speed roller coaster.
Yeah, absolutely. That was really a beautiful bounce back after their first attack sort of suffered a bit. The Sirens now back on the defense. They should be able to lock in a solid 3-1 win and a 3-0 series W if they can repeat what they did last time around on defense. The Murder Kittens trying to find their rhythm again. We'll see if they can stay alive as Dobbs once again looking for that cruise missile. Has one in their back pocket still as Matrix picks up a big 2-piece before going down. They're looking to get them trapped in their spawn, simply rotating up. Simply a little too far, but is taken down Zero and now fully rotated into Murder Kitten spawn. Simply is going to be an absolute thorn in the side of this Murder Kittens team. As they rotate up, we see number 5 here. Zero rotating all the way to Bravo as the rest of the Sirens clean up Murder Kitten. Zero getting set up for the push towards B. Wise almost taking him out, down to just 2 HP. Zero somehow staying alive, gets picked up once again, but the regen kicked in at the last second. Zero and company are able to get onto Bravo Hill. They secure Alpha as well and have good positioning. Can they hold, though, Sorrow? Can they survive the onslaught of the Sirens? And it looks like they're doing a great job so far.
Yeah, no, they definitely look like doing a great job. It's simply coming through the window and ripping 5-1 off the point. A missing piece gets the trade, though, and like that, they take 3 down and they hold that, and we are now going into a round 5 of this control. I told you at the beginning of this that this was going to be the map that could keep them in this and keep us going, and they are definitely proving that they can still keep up with this team in at least this game mode. What it's really going to come down to is which team gets control, which team gets attacking here. I mean, we've seen both teams take either one, but I feel like the team defending might have the slight edge going into this last round.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a solid momentum builder. Again, what the Sirens have struggled in is getting caught out on the rotations. You should expect that after you get a team wipe on Alpha, you expect the Murder Kittens to go Bravo. Sirens now on the attack. I'd say they have the slight disadvantage moving forward as, again, like we've said and we'll say time and time again, control is a defense favorited mode. As we continue here, it looks like a 2-stack on Alpha. Shots coming in from Maze, able to pick up 1. Simply, though, stays alive and secures that first progress bar. Looking for 2 as Simply cannot go down. Looking for that second progress bar as a clean team wipe as 5-1 looks to push in. Trying to find Simply. Second progress bar gets capped. And look, Sirens picking up what the Murder Kitten's doing, giving them a taste of their own medicine as they rotate to Bravo. On the flip, Simply got a solid chunk of progress on Alpha. Wise might have gone AFK there, gotten a bit of disconnect as they go down, looking like they were a bit AFK.
Dobbs with a-
Beautiful three-piece from Dobbs. Dobbs absolutely frying before going down. A missing piece, keeping their team's hopes alive. Was actually able to prevent that second progress bar from being capped, but Wise right back on point. It is not looking good for the Murder Kittens as they get three-piece once again. Everybody getting a piece of the Kittens. My goodness, is not looking good. It simply goes in for the flank. Might be able to go huge here. Picks up one. Waits for the rotation. A missing piece. Has to stop their push. This is, again, not looking good for the Kittens as they are getting disrupted in their own spawn. And just one progress bar remaining on Alpha as Bravo is secured, Sorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Dobbs there with a phenomenal three-piece as he rips them as they lined up over, hop over, and just allowing his team to secure that B. Right now, as long as they can clear them off of this third tier, which they did, all they have to do is take this right here and clear in. But Yasad and Dobbs managed to get the two out, and now they're just going to double stack this, and it looks like A is just going to close out in, expedient fashion, and the Sirens are going to take this, and that will be a 3-0 to the Sirens here in this series. Murder's Kittens definitely had a glimmer of hope there in this control. Would have loved to see them take this and go into a map 4, but the Sirens just managed to make these last few kills count, simply being a terror in their spawn, keeping them from getting set up good, and like that, they just double stacked and it was over.
Yeah, nearly 24 non-traded for Dobbs and nearly 20 for Matrix, who sits at 19. Over 5,000 damage for both of those players. Looks like they did some of the heavy lifting for the Sirens, as their next closest teammate was over 2,000 points of damage away. But a solid game between two incredible teams. Sirens just had the better of the Murder Kittens, and they sung their Siren song, drove them up on the rocks, and they could not escape. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another match set up, and I am seeing calls for Messiah to cast the next game as a solid matchup has begun. Wise, I may ask you to leave temporarily as we're still casting and you've messed up the caster cams.
My bad. I just wanted to
All
come
good,
in
Wise.
here and tell you.
I
I told you
understand.
I told you I wasn't dropping a map.
You did indeed say that, Wise. I do appreciate you backing up the talk.
All right, love you, stream.
That was
Hi.
just Wise of the Sirens popping in for a quick hello. And did indeed, in fact, say that because I was casting, they did not want to drop a map, and they held true to their word, so I do appreciate it. I was going to call them out if they didn't, but luckily I don't have to do that. But like I was saying, I am seeing calls for the Messiah to join us in the casting booth, and I am a man of the people. I will listen. If Messiah would like to come in and cast Game 3, if Sorrow's okay with it, I'm more than happy to relinquish. I understand when I'm not wanted, chat. I can hear it. I can see it.
No, if Messiah wanted to come in, I would just shimmer into the background and just handle all of the mechanics and let you two be the vocals of the stream if Messiah so wishes to have his voice heard. I think the two of you doing would be quite the quite the interaction, especially for this last game. With that being said, we're going to go ahead to be right back and get ready to set up for this last match. And if Messiah, I'll come join and Messiah can show. Yeah, okay. Well, Messiah does want to come in,
All
so
worked out then.
chat. We'll get Messiah in here. I'm just going to chill and do all the technical stuff in the background, and you'll get to see these two lovely people cast this final match, which is good. You're going to have to keep Messiah in check and make sure that he's not leaning towards one side, since one of the teams is one of his. But it's gonna be good. So we'll be right back, and it's gonna be a good last match to close out the night. So do not go anywhere.
Yeah, we're set. Oh, lovely. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are back.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We are all set and ready when you guys are. We are just getting things set up and situated on our end. We will see you real soon. I am joined by the lovely Messiah who has entered into the booth. Sorrow still working behind the scenes, pulling the strings. Messiah, how are you feeling this fine Friday night?
To be honest, I'm actually feeling alright considering it's 3 a.m. over here. I'm all,
Ah,
I'm vibing, my dude. I'm vibing.
fantastic. We love
Yeah,
positive vibes.
yes,
Yes, we are
indeed.
all
Yes, indeed.
set.
Like I said, I turned the stream on, saw you guys were casting, and I'm like, oh damn, they needed a caster. I didn't even see I would have come on to start from the beginning, but hey ho, that's my
We're
own
here now.
fault
That's
for
what
not
matters.
checking. My own fault for not checking the chat earlier on. But hey, we're here, and we've got a fantastic game on hand between ABS
Absolutely.
Bounty and the Flex Friendly Fire. Now, record shows, I believe, last time that ABS Bounty, I think this was the pre-qualification match, ABS Bounty actually 3-0'd Flex Friendly Fire. But Flex Friendly Fire didn't have this roster out, so we'll have to see how this one plans out this time
And
around.
I don't know how this fares for you, but someone redeemed that Messiah only is to cast the match in Welsh.
Oh, so you want me to speak in a Welsh accent, and you want me to do really the weird... Oh, I can't do it on my own, so I come into CoCast, and I have to end up doing it on my own beer, like, I can't believe that. Well,
Well, I
anyway,
won't leave you alone, brother, because I can cast in Scottish, and I'll do it right here. There'll be a couple of ball bags fighting between one another, but you get me some haggis, and it'll be a great time, because I ain't leaving you alone, brother, as we get matched up underway for Hardpoint.
I've got to admit, but that was actually kind of classy. I like that. That was well good. I know I need to remember how to get this up on my screen. I got it anyway. Here we go, there. Yeah. Early start, Friendly Fire picking up the first couple of kills. First early points as Young Snow gets an absolute beam onto DC2, but the player's still on hill. And the rotation's over to P2 on lock already for Friendly Fire, and ABS Bounty spawning so far away, no one's going to get anywhere near him. Nowhere to go.
Nowhere
check
to
it.
go, nowhere to hide. Cozy holding on the point. It's 22-11 as ABS Bounty is looking to continue their hot streak, but can't seem to find any footing as we rotate to P2. Pew Pew right meow, trying to get on point and holding and contesting, but DC2 holding, getting fired upon. Vexy with the headshot. That's just a beaut right there. I tell you what, 22-18 climbing Bounty, keeping this one fancy.
I tell you what, Young Snow there eventually does go down, gets himself on that 6th streak, got the cruise missile in hand. Now, I'm not sure if they fixed the glitch with the cruise missiles. I don't know if you've been playing a bit yourself, Rich, but there was a glitch in the game where cruise missiles, you couldn't steal them, which made them basically useless other than being a UAV. Hella annoying, but we'll find out if they eventually call it in. ABS Bounty do have the early advantage as we go into P3, 41-26 early doors, but Forgotten is there up at the top. Gets the counter original Nova and may have just won his team the rotation.
Yeah, the Young Snow already rotated onto this P3, waiting for backup from the Retro. As Mew takes down Cozy, Flex Friendly Fires, try to say that 10 times fast. Holds on the point and continues to climb. Shots coming in from the Young Snow, looking to hold the line like Jon Snow on the wall, and does so valiantly. Young Snow continuing to fry, but it's the original Nova coming in to break it all up. It's all tied up at 52-51. Really just a neck-and-neck matchup between these two incredible teams so far as we continue here. It's all Bounty in the kill feed thus far. Excuse me, all Flex Friendly Fires in the feed. I'm getting everybody mixed up.
Everybody's all confused. With it, like.
confused.
But here we go, another rotation on the win for Friendly Fire, but you got DC2 and Vexy both actually sneak around the backs. Vexy goes down, DC2 left to try and lock it down for his team. Gonna have to face off against 3. Managed to get the kill to Pew. Pew leaves him one shot. Forgotten with the trade. And this is good teamwork out of Flex Friendly Fire so far. Although Cozy with an absolute beam onto Forgotten from top third.
Yeah, a solid job from both of these teams keeping it this close. Retro with a solid 2-piece as they try to rotate in with Pew Pew holding as well. 2-stack on the objective could prove to be fortuitous, but Vexy coming in for a nasty little 2-piece of their own before getting taken out by Forgotten, who did not forget about them. Quick trades happening in and around the objective as it is once again neck and neck, 71-71, as Bounty takes a slight lead. It won't be anything too significant, but this P5 could be the decider for both of these teams as they look to gain an edge. Nothing too crazy standing out from either of them, as it is 78-71. Nothing too far away as they keep this one close, Messiah.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this actually didn't even reach the 250 mark and it ended up going down to pure time with how tight this game is at the moment. DC2 might need to go big here, gets one, but doesn't get one, as Forgotten shoots through his teammate to get the kill, but it was an important kill at that, so I'm sure his teammate won't mind too much as Pew goes down as well. And can I just point out, Cozy over double positive right now, 12-5 for ABS Bounty, currently on a 3 streak as well, as he's just holding this backside. Cars, he gets another beam onto Young Snow. Few shots onto Retro. Bullets are out. He's going to continue. I'm going to stick with Cozy for a moment. Currently 13-5, 14-5 before it does go down eventually. And somehow Cozy still does not have a streak. I don't know how he's managed to go 14-6 without a streak. But it doesn't matter. He's going 14-6. Man is frying right now. But Young Snow on the other side on Friendly Fire to 12-7 himself. Oh, the team kills coming in. It's Friendly Fire Friday, as the legendary Mr. Paul Wall used to say back in the day. Back in the old Vanguard, Friendly Fire Friday, because there was a lot of team kills back then. A lot of them.
Absolutely. With a team like Flex Friendly Fires, you're going to have a couple of team kills throughout the whole matchup as we continue here. Triple F is able to break through on the point as we get a fresh set of hills. 116-103, but again, where one team ebbs, the other flows, and Flex Friendly Fires is flowing freely right frickin' now. I don't know how many more Fs I could fit into a sentence, Messiah, but I will do my best as they are able to tie it 116-116, taking the slight lead once again. 120-116. Flex Friendly Fires trying to get set up on this P2, but DC gonna break in through the door. Young Snow getting absolutely melted.
Dear me, what was I going to say? I was saying the fact that you managed to get so many Fs into one sentence without a swear word with an F was actually phenomenal, bro. I'll give you that takes some doing that, dude.
Thank you. Thank you,
I like the way that I like the way you managed to stick to the Scottish accent as well. I already kind of like given up on my Welsh accent. I was already. I completely forgot about it.
I'm trying my best. Original Nova with the 4th streak holding on the outside. 138-126. Young Snow to take out the Nova as once again Flex is able to keep this one close. 138-133 and climbing. Flex is going to take a slight lead, but Bounty is set up on this P3 exceptionally well. We'll see if they can continue to hold, but I think this one is going to come down to the wire.
Yeah, 100%. Pew Pew there with a big kill. She managed to rotate around the back, win the rotation out, and then Original Nova is going to go down as well, and that is a full rotation, although Bounty are spawning pretty close, spawning over by this tower, clock tower side, so now Friendly Fire do need to be aware of the angles they're going to get pushing me. You're going to get push them up the top quite a lot, and from the arches, and we're going to get Original Nova is going to push straight through P1 for free as well. We'll get shots in the back though by Forgotten, and this is a really solid hold out. Friendly Fire here.
There it is.
That was actually crazy. That did look like it was a very good, solid, coordinated break coming out of Bounty, but Friendly Fire holding in strong. Forgotten decides he wants to just do a little dance at round P1 and gets absolutely pissed on. Not gonna lie, and I'm gonna let him know about that later on.
Absolutely. This is the biggest differential we've seen throughout this matchup. If you've given up on the Welsh, I'm going back to my weird Midwest accent, if you could even call this an accent, as we get this underway. My voice is already sore after the first 2 matches. I ain't trying to add the Scottish accent to boot as we continue here, Messiah.
See, the problem I've got is if I keep continuing to the Welsh accent, right? Anybody that knows anybody with Welsh accent or knows myself, when you do a Welsh accent, you can't do a Welsh accent without every other word being a swear word. So obviously I'm trying to be respectable as much as possible. So,
Understood. Understood entirely.
it's just the way we speak over in Wales. It's if you got the accent on, it's just the way it happens. Ah, dearie me.
Cozy was a
Anywho.
rough name there.
Friendly Fire, I've just realised I was that focused on your commentary because your Scottish accent commentary was kind of so flowing.
Stop it.
I didn't realise the scoreline, 213 to 149. Cozy's still popping off at 21 and 16 though, but I think you both Young Snow and Retro were playing the plus 20s, you know, nearly hitting double positive. No, doing some fantastic work. It's a shame you can't see the time. I hate this time glitch that they have.
Yeah, we can't see
in the
our hill
podcast,
kitten,
yeah.
sadly. It is just so
Yeah.
frustrating. Because while Vexy may be sitting at 11 and 22, they may have over a minute hill time, being able to assist their teammates in different ways than just
course,
shooting
yeah,
their
yeah.
gun. As Flex Friendly Fires is knocking on the door
Oh
of
my
a W.
God,
Pew pew
pew.
right now. It says pew pew right now. Just laying down bodies all over the junkyard. Does indeed have that dog in him. Young Snow and Retro, though, clearing hill.
I think
And able to
Pew
back
Pew,
up pew pew.
must have installed aim labs or something and worked on that centering a little bit. That little sliding kill. I don't think I've ever seen Pew do a sliding kill. That's like fair play. I got to respect it.
First time for everything, 247 to 157, and I think that kill might have done it.
Oh,
Young
Vexy,
Snow and Retro, the
unfortunate.
dynamic duo on the junkyard dogs. That is Flex Friendly Fires. Take it 250 to 157, a near 100-point differential. Make it 93 to make it proper, if my math is correct. Young Snow will get credit for the final kill. Vexy going down. Cozy was rotating in, but was already getting popped with that Renetti. As we take a look at the scoreboard, 21 and 25 non-traded kills for Young Snow and Retro. A solid effort from Flex Friendly Fires. As we continue here, they will go up 1-0 in the series. Messiah.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually a complete. I mean, I did say earlier on, obviously, ABS Bounty did win the pre-qualification game 3-0 in a pretty dominant fashion, but like I say, it was a completely different roster that Friendly Fire put out then to now. It just goes to show the difference between the two rosters that have been put out for Friendly Fire, and not to take anything away from Bounty. Bounty was in the game for so long, just a couple of rotational gunfights lost at key times. It was literally the difference. It was just the difference. Very solid matchup, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series because with how tight that was, like I said, I know Friendly Fire pulled away at the end, but with how tight that game was, yeah, we might actually even see a like 5 here.
Yeah, it was really going tit for tat, blow for blow, punch for punch, hill for hill right there in the early goings. But I believe it was around that P4 and then eventually a P5 rotation that Flex Friendly Fire started to pull away with it. We saw that 190, 150 differential or 140 differential, and from there on out, it was just all Flex Friendly Fires just dominating on the hill and not letting one go. As we get things set up and situated, we are already loading in to round 2, Search and Destroy on Invasion. Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It is my bread, my butter, my sugar, my cream, my everything when it comes to casting Search and Destroy, that is, as we get things underway. Messiah, who you got in this next round?
Well, I know ABS are the S&D goats. I've had the joys of being shat upon by them a few times in a Search and Destroy. So I know, but obviously, I've just seen how Friendly Fire play. Like I said, I've not seen this for Friendly Fire actually play in scrims or anything. So, but obviously, naturally, they're one of my teams. I've got to go with Friendly Fire. But I know how good ABS are at Search and Destroy, so it could very much swing the ABS Bounty way, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I do appreciate the honesty. Flex Friendly Fires and ABS off to a slow start here, but something's got to give as these teams await the pushes. Retro getting the first blood on
This
Vexy.
peek from Cozy at OP1. Look at this little window from Cozy. Just so everyone can peek out. Oh my god, the nade! That is filthy.
Watching in from the outside, a perfectly placed nade takes down Retro, who's off to a hot start at 2-0. And now we have ourselves a 2v3 situation. Flex Friendly Fires with the numbers game. We'll see if ABS Bounty can sneak in and score kills. DC's got to rotate, but shots coming in from on high. not able to secure. Forgotten holding in the rear.
Oh,
Cozy, gotta be
pew.
careful here. Pew pew. Right, meow with the claws coming out. Their claws are definitely worse than their meow, so be careful when you get up close and personal. Bomb is down.
DC.
Gotta be careful, DC, with some beautiful shots right there, Messiah.
Oh
Ooh,
my god.
little turn and burn.
Absolutely rips Forgotten off that heading. You gotta.
Gotta respect it. Those are beautiful
mean-
shots. We'll watch it here.
I mean,
1 and
man-
2.
I mean,
Clean, precise, and
DC
nice.
was pinned. I mean, he was absolutely pinned, nowhere to go, nothing to do, and absolutely wallops both Pew and Forgotten there. That was hats off, sir. Hats off.
Oh yeah, when you get a rat trapped in a corner, they will do anything and everything to fight their way out. Not to call Bounty any sort of rats, but when you're caught like that and right next to the trash can, you might start to feel a little bit like a rat. But that ain't such a bad thing when you clutch up and win a round in a 1v2. As we get things underway, it's a hard push towards Bravo. Flex Friendly Fires giving it everything they got. As Vexy all alone, gonna need some backup real quick. As the rest of ABS Bounty has found themselves over on the Alpha side, we have Retro watching the flank. Might be able to pick up a few on the rotations once everyone starts going, but I think Flex has got to take advantage of the numbers game. They see Vexy on objective, popping in shots. Young Snow and company starting to lay down the heat, and we'll see if the rest of Flex Friendly Fires can get in
push
there.
through dark though. You have to be aware of Cozy from dark. Oh, someone did spot him eventually. Oh my god, 3 just went down quick. I don't
Just
even know
like
who
that.
killed who. Don't even know who killed him.
Forgotten took down Cozy, and that's all I saw on the kill feed, as it's all down to DC2TM. We'll see if DC can get something going in a 1v3 situation. Certainly possible to win, but it is quite difficult as we see them begin their rotation. Shots already coming from Retro, who's able to hold back in the broken apartment building. Spotting DC. Shots coming from Young Snow as well. DC got to be careful on this rotation up. Spotted out.
He's pinned
DC
once
with some
again.
beautiful return fire, though.
And does
Oh.
go down eventually. I mean, he did the best he could do there. 3v1, bomb down. I'm not being funny.
Yeah.
Nobody should be able to win that. I don't care how good you are. Nobody should be able to win it with 3v1 on a search.
I've seen it happen before. It ain't over until that final bullet is shot in the kill cam.
Oh, yeah.
But
I've seen it happen before. I've also been on the receiving end of it. So, I mean, I'm just saying it shouldn't happen. Not saying it won't.
understood. I understand entirely. As Flex Friendly Fires is able to tie things up at 1 apiece. We get round 3 underway with these two teams duking it out for supremacy. Again, Flex Friendly Fires is able to take the win in the hard point as Retro rotates up through Hotel looking for an aggressive push. As it looks like ABS Bounty rotating for Bravo as the rest of Flex is caught out on Alpha. They have an easy push and plan onto Bravo if they can get
Tell
there.
you what, Young Snow could be lethal here. He has got 3 players around him. Oh, he didn't see the guy come behind him. What? Original Nova and Young Snow literally did a little dance around each other and didn't even see each other at all. That is crazy.
Little bamboo.
What just happened?
Young Snow
Yeah, we-
getting the 2-piece. That is huge. Went down, but was able to pick up 2 kills. That is huge for Flex Friendly Fires. Besides,
It is indeed. Oh, and Cozy manages to even the score up. 2v2. Never mind. Instantly traded out by Retro. And now DC2 once again for the 3rd round running. Left all alone. This
Gotta be
time in a
careful with this
2v1 though.
yeah, gotta be careful with your shots. Do not want to reveal your location too early. Gets spotted out and has to rotate into the office. Drops the trophy system outside. It's gonna be picked off. You gotta be careful when you're throwing that trophy system, as it gets destroyed immediately. It wouldn't matter. You rotate into the firing squad as Flex Friendly Fires takes you out in the street like a dog. Unfortunate there, Messiah.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, but what I am liking out of the friendly fighting at the moment is that they're together all the time. They're in the twos. You know, they're playing what's called the buddy system quite a lot. You know, they make sure they're together all the time. They're not getting picked off one by one. If someone's getting picked off, they're getting traded out. And that is literally the reason they're 2 rounds to 1 up right now. And that is because Bounty are doing what Bounty do. You know, ABS teams do. They're good at search. They know the plays. They know what they need to do. It's just they never find themselves in a 1v1 fight. You're constantly fighting you're fighting 2 or 3 people every time, every gunfight. Although Original Nova might get a good shot onto Retro here, and sub players doing what sub players do and thinking they got an AR in their hand. Although Cozy and DC2, 2 big kills there. 4v2 now. Although Retro with the trade onto Original Nova, and Retro and Snow once again holding each other.
Oh yeah, doing that buddy system. Young Snow and Retro are your top 2 kill leaders of this lobby, other than Cozy. So if I'd want any 2 people with Flex Friendly Fires up in a 2v4, making it a 2v3, I'd want these 2.
Yeah, 100%. Now, what's Cozy doing? I think they're just waiting. I think the bomb might go down on A here, because I don't think Cozy's even realizing he's looking the wrong way for starters.
Planted right
It's
now,
a free
Messiah.
plant. But Cozy might get a free kill from this. He sees Retro push back up towards this convoy side.
Ninja?
Oh, he's going for the
Going for
ninja.
the ninja.
No shot.
Retro rotate. Retro's got him.
Yeah.
There we go. That would have been embarrassing for Flex Friendly Fires. A 2v2 now as we get things underway. Rotating
Yeah.
Vexy trying to find Retro, but Retro rotating perfectly. Gonna run into DC, and Vexy now trying to stay alive as Retro looking for an ace,
Oh
I
my
believe.
God,
My
Retro.
goodness. Retro absolutely frying that entire round on a 6 streak now. 3-1 Flex Friendly Fires doing anything but friendly fire, just laying down all the heat on this bounty team. Gonna claim that bounty at the sheriff's office after this round. That was a beautiful round from Retro, who sits at 8-1, Messiah.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is actually having an absolute map right now. I mean, I love the way that Retro plays the S&D game. I mean, he's literally, any obstacle in the way, he's using it to his advantage. So, you know, nobody on the other team's got a clean shot on him at all. And he's your worst nightmare on a map. Especially in
Would
Surge,
have
because like
to.
every heady, any par, window, block, whatever it is, he's on it.
Yeah, and just look how softly this ABS bounty team is playing on the attack. They have not been able to rotate up. Pew Pew
Good kill,
goes down to
Nova.
Nova. That was a solid shot, but Flex Friendly Fire still has a sort of a lockdown on defense alpha side. But bomb has been dropped in a hotel. That is not good for this ABS bounty team, as I am sure Forgotten and company are trying to lock down that bomb. DC and Vexy now trying to rotate, but it is going to be an uphill battle from the get-go. Vexy gets the huge kill on Retro. They take down the kill leader. Your heavy carry for Flex Friendly Fires. We'll see if Forgotten and Young Snow can clutch up in the 2v2 situation, Messiah.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing is I'm not too sure if Young Snow realized he had the bomb down there, although...
Definitely spotted it there.
Yeah, he definitely did. He's 100% seen the bomb now, and it's a 1v1 as someone else, DC manages to get the kill. I don't even know where he got that kill. I was focused on the bomb. I wasn't even looking at the kill. I'm not gonna lie, that was just poor from me. Now DC,
alright. Be good. Rotating in, Young Snow has got to hear that bomb get picked up, and the door busted through. DC going for the plant. Now the re-peek might have bamboozled Young Snow. Young Snow able to dodge the bullets at the last second, channeling Neo of the Matrix, able to stay alive and secure a 4-1 lead for Flex Friendly Fires. Whew.
that
You good, Messiah?
confused me. That confused the crap out of me. I literally
I'm
thought
sorry.
Bounty won that round. No, I thought Bounty won the round, 'cause I thought he picked up the kill.
Okay.
And at the last second, I just saw I just saw him do some sort of
Dodge the
Matrix
bullets.
dodgy stuff going around. Like, what?
Dodge those bullets, man. Was able to just stop them in place, channeling Neo. He is the one. Young Snow clutching up big for this Flex Friendly Fires team. 4-1, ladies and gentlemen. Nades and stuns and more throwables being tossed around this map like they're candy on Halloween, but able to stay up. No kills just yet as we get round 6 underway, Messiah.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. Like, I mean, Bounty are playing very... I think methodical is the best way to put it. I mean, they're very slow in what they do, and I think it's been kind of costing them slightly, because they're taking the time to do a lot of stuff, although right now, Forgotten all alone, as I'm saying all this, they absolutely just dropped the entire Friendly Fire team in about 32 seconds. So I'm just going to shut up and stop talking.
Understood.
Okay.
That's why we got 2 casters here. Usai's got to take a second. I'll take over. That was a beautiful bounce back round for ABS Bounty. They stay alive in this series. They are not going down just yet. They are down 1-0 in the series, I should say, but they're not down 2-0 just yet. They still got some fight left in them. It's 4-2. They were able to grab their second round behind Cozy's 2-0 start. Was able to pick up 2 big kills. Forgotten was left in a 1v3 early, it looked like, and just did not have an answer. Pew,
I mean,
pew. Sorry,
it
go ahead,
looked like
Messiah.
it looked like there that I think Friendly Fire looked like they were getting a bit overconfident in their situations, and Bounty being what I said, playing that slow, methodical S&D game that time paid off for them. Although I'm not too keen on the attacking side of it, but that's just me. I
Everyone's
don't
got
like
their
playing
preference.
S&D. Yeah, of course.
I
Yeah,
understand.
every team plays differently. Also
their
depends on the
strengths
four you
and their
play with. Yeah,
advantages.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
Oh,
Um,
beautiful shots from Retro to take down Cozy through the window. Retro is lurking up in the rafters, looking like Batman. Vexy
Good
and
shots
company
from
trying to
Nova.
rotate. Oh yeah, Nova taking down Meow, and it's a 2v3. Flex Friendly Fires with the numbers advantage, but bomb has been dropped. ABS Bounty's got to find a way to pick that up and get it down on objective. 30 seconds left on the clock. It is ticking away, and they do not have time on their side as they have come to a stalemate right here with Forgotten holding on Palace. Nova is getting protected by the road signs, but has been able to survive. They get objective and rotate out despite Retro lurking on the outside and is going to drop in
I think
for the
Retro-
rotation, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I think Retro just saw the guy
here we
rotate around. He
Here
might
we
have
go.
got easy two-piece here.
There's one. There's
There's
two. My goodness, Retro is clean, efficient, and nasty. Taking it 12-3 with a 4.0 KD with the 3 streak in tow. Gets that defuse, give him all the XP. Flex Friendly Fires takes it to match point. That is just textbook Call of Duty from Retro right there.
Yeah, I mean, you literally just watch it. He sits on that top balcony. I don't even know what they call that. He's like, no, he's just on top of that balcony. Watches
Overhang,
like, he literally,
little gurney. He's lurking in the
yeah.
shadows. He's Batman, waiting to strike on the unsuspecting criminals.
Literally just watches the feet go through the thing. As soon as he sees that, just takes his time. Nothing dramatic. They know they're gonna have to push A because of the time, and then a nice little peek around. I mean, he does get fortunate that I forgot who the players were with, but one of them wasn't actually looking his way with how slow it was, because he probably would have got gunned. But no, fair play. No, saw his opportunity, comes around, easy two-piece, and a defuse. All the SR goes to Retro.
Yeah, we see Bounty step up big on Bravo, but Forgotten with the first blood again. Stepping in favor of this Flex Friendly Fires team. Retro with the cruise missile, just getting map info. Wasn't it directing at any players per se, just over towards that Bravo objective, maybe scaring them back towards office, giving them more of an advantage. Retro with like a needle threading those shots through the dark alleyways as Vexy holds on objective. Cozy looks for a big flank, might be able to disrupt this push from Flex Friendly Fires. It's got to be careful though. He is behind enemy lines as Vexy tries to hold, throwing out a God Nade, hoping for something, but does not even get a hit marker as it looks like Flex being in their rotation over towards Alpha. Cozy unable to score the kill though. Still a 2v4.
I actually don't understand how Cozy didn't win that. I don't know what happened. I
Shut down.
I have no words.
Shut down in the convenience shop. 6-2 the final score. I wish I stood at 6-2, but I will remain a short king as we continue here. Forgotten with the final kill. He's gone but not forgotten. Cozy getting popped. You will not be able to steal that pack of gum, Cozy. Not today. As Retro gets 12 non-traded kills with a 7 streak. Retro has got to take the MVP for that round at least. Not MVP of this series. Retro is indeed him right now.
Yeah,
What
I mean,
an incredible round for Retro.
that was insane. It just goes to show like where some people's strengths are. I mean, yeah, it had somewhat of a good hard point, but nothing spectacular. Then just pops off in an S&D like. Just,
feels good. I've been in pubs before where I've gone like, I think my record is like 17-0 way back in MW19. And I felt like I was on top of the world, unstoppable. 2 games later, I go 0 for 11, and we lose a 6-5. So it's a game of ebb and flow, yin and yang. It's you're gonna have your god tier moments, and you're gonna have your low points as well. As Flex Friendly Fires takes a 2-0 lead. How does ABS Bounty bounce back in the Control Messiah? How do they find a way to get back into this one?
I mean, it all depends how they're feeling in the game right now. I mean, are they feeling a bit checked because obviously they were dominant in the prequel, like I said, facing a different Friendly Fire team now altogether. I mean, if they've still got the vibes on this stuff, then obviously all the ABS teams, no, they're all good teams and stuff, and it'll take nothing, and it wouldn't surprise me if it still got to map 5 from here at all, with how the ABS teams go, and they're not playing bad. They're not playing bad at all. So hang on.
I believe we
Yeah.
have a quick scan and repair. I'm seeing him in the
Yeah.
chat as well. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll let Nova get back in here. We'll get everything set and situated. We'll dot our T's. We'll cross our I's. Make sure everything is set and in order. We will see you real soon. Don't you dare go anywhere because you may be watching us, but I'm watching you, chat. And if you leave this stream, I will cry myself to sleep. And you don't want that. You don't want that on your conscience. We'll see you real soon.
Toodles. Hello, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Everyone's back in. The scanner repair is fixed, and me and Rich are back where we belong, right here,
We are
entertaining you
all
guys.
set and ready to go. I am very much looking forward to this. We are all set on our side, and it should be an exciting matchup as we get ready for a control high rise. My only complaint with the new competitive season, what have you, is we don't get to see snipers anywhere. And especially on high rise, such an iconic Call of Duty map, known for its trick shots, known for its crazy sniper plays. I think we can make an exception at least one time, especially if a team's up like 5-0. Let them pull out the snipers and go for a couple of trick shots. Like I want to see those crazy kill cams, but we take it a little more seriously, which I understand. As we get things set up and situated for control, it's going to be an interesting matchup as Flex Friendly Fires looks to put away ABS Bounty once and for all.
I mean, I have my. Oh wait, up. Is that an extended mag I see on a pistol there?
I did not see it. I'm not sure. We'll have to check back on the VOD. No, we're good. We're okay.
Yeah, we're good. Anyway,
I was watching Cozy, so I don't know if we were watching the same players or not.
Cozy's
good.
Original Nova I'm on. Anywho, that doesn't matter. We'll sort it out another time. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the control game, right? See, I'm not a massive fan of control. I know a few others aren't. Some are. I mean, I personally, Young Snow was the first split. Yeah, I mean, I personally, it's just a big team deathmatch. Let's be honest. But like, I mean, I still love the old jetpack games where you could play. What was it called now? Uplink.
Understandable. Everyone has their modes and their maps that they like, but these teams decided their control would be fought on the high rise as Flex Friendly Fires is off to a great start defensive wise. However, DC was able to sneak into Bravo looking for that first progress bar, but hops off the last second. Pew Pew right meow cannot score the kill as they're going to be able to get that first progress bar. Stuns and nades coming in. Retro, though, might have been able to save it and did. That first progress bar was not secured, and Retro might be starting to clear it. I know it was. I'm getting all flipped up and turned around as it's a three-piece for the Flex Friendly Fire squad as they continue to annihilate.
Yeah,
that is not looking good for Bounty.
Then, but see, this is the problem with high-rise control. Like, I mean, Karachi's not too bad, Invasion's not too bad, but you can get put in a blender so much on high-rise. It's actually crazy, especially when you're the attacking team. There's little. I mean, don't be surprised to see Bounty do the exact same thing back to Friendly Fire on their defense round. Although a 2-stack on B, they are going to get the second tick, and every tick does matter come the round 5. So it might sound really daft, but these 2 ticks could actually be really huge for Bounty right now. Like I said, don't be surprised if Bounty did the same thing to Flex. Like, oh my god, Original Nova just absolutely beams Forgotten off top heli. I interrupted myself then. I just saw him. That was a bit nuts.
Yeah, Retro and Forgotten both scoring kills. It's 19-8, 18-8 in lives. Flex Friendly Fires put this one away with ease. Their first round on the defense, and they shut down any sort of attack that this ABS Bounty team tried to mount. As we get ready for round 2, we'll see how Triple F fares on the attack side of things, but with a team that includes Retro, who's playing just exceptionally well, starting 7 for 3 in round 1, I would be a little scared going up against him, especially after going down 2-0 in the series. Retro and Young Snow both popping off for a solid KD start. We'll see if they can carry it into round 2, Messiah.
Yeah, I mean, Retro's having a map, and this is my first time actually seeing Young Snow play as well. I've heard the name of the linger around. They spoke about how good he is, and I've never actually seen him play till now. The man's going off as well. But here we go. We're back into the swing of things. This time it is Bounty on the defense as both Cozy and Vexy pick up 2 big kills on Pew and Young Snow and stopping anything happening. Oh my god, Retro just managed to get the kill on to Original Nova.
Oh my goodness.
The kill feed is just lighting up for Friendly Fire, and it might be another spawn trap.
Yeah, I think they got this on lock so far. We have a split push. Young Snow hanging out on Alpha. 2-stack on Bravo. Cozy trying to get there, but Pew firing those shots on the 3 streak as Forgotten gets the 6. Cruise missile in tow. It is not looking good. Shots coming in. They can't seem to escape their spawn. They finally get over to Alpha after it gets 50% progress, but Retro is there for a 2 streak. I'm seeing a 7 streak for Forgotten and a 3 streak from Pew Pew. Forgotten finally going down. Alpha almost secured, but Original Nova and Vexy able to get there, but Pew Pew continuing to hold. Vexy getting it done and saving this round for the moment for a
great work from Vexy there. Pew had to go massive there, but fair play to Vexy. Vexy had to go massive as well. Wins the kill, and like I said, managed to stop that double cap, which would have been.
Yep. Pew Pew trying to stay alive, has to get to the reload, but gets caught out by Nova. Original Nova able to pop off at least for a little bit on a 4 streak of their own, getting picked up by Young Snow. That is a tough look as Forgotten and company rotate on. They 2-stack. They're gonna need something big, and I don't think they're gonna get there in time. Only momentarily. DC was there as Vexy somehow contests with just a millimeter of space left. They save the point somehow, some way, staying alive with the 6 lives remaining.
DC.
Pew Pew right, Meow going down. Vexy just saving the game for ABS Bounty. They're down to just 6 lives to Flex Friendly Fire's 12 with a minute 20 on the clock. It's not looking good, but a valiant effort nonetheless.
With a minute to go, it wouldn't surprise me here. Friendly Fire don't even bother about the hill, they just play to kill them off. I mean, 5 lives left. I mean, you don't even need to cap the hill. Win the round, defensive round next. You've just dominated. Play for the kills. That's what I'd be telling my teammates now. Just play for the kills. Don't even worry about the hill. Oh, Retro there, just get dookied on a little bit by DC. Fair play, DC.
All up to Young Snow. Or all up to DC, excuse me, in a 1v6, I believe, but it didn't matter. Flex Friendly Fires will take the W on the attack as well. As it's 2-0, it's not looking good for Bounty Messiah.
It's not looking good at all. But I tell you what, if you're going to do a reverse sweep, you might as well do it properly, right? No,
exactly.
come back from the 2-0 deficit, win 3-2, then go on and win the next hard point, and then the next search. I mean, I've seen it done before. Bounty, we believe.
There is hope yet. It ain't over until the last bullet is fired, till the last grenade is thrown. So the last trophy system is put down. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Round 3 on High Rise between these two incredible teams. Flex Friendly Fires looking to put an exclamation point on that W, and ABS Bounty just trying to stay alive. But Retro and company are already causing all sorts of problems on the Alpha side of things. Vexy with a big 2-piece, though, could be the opening that this team is looking for. ABS Bounty has got to take advantage now and get onto this Alpha point, and they do. Vexy trying to play the head glitch, but Forgotten is already there, quickly taken out by Cozy, and this is a great setup and a great start on Alpha.
Blue. Got one. No. Pew with 2, you're 4 down.
Disaster right there for Bounty Messiah.
That flank from Pew then literally just saved Friendly Fire then. But they did manage to get 1 tick onto A though, so lives are even. I was about to say scores were even then. The scores aren't even, it's lives. Oh, Young Snow, the beans from bottom blue onto Vexy. I mean, this guy's gonna have to teach me how to play this game. The man can just shoot so straight, it's actually insane.
Truly crazy as Young Snow takes the high ground. 28 seconds left on the clock as they are able to break through to Alpha. Young Snow and Retro just absolutely dominate. My goodness, a dynamic duo of Retro and Snow. You can't really beat that. They just wiped the entire team as a 2-man. Pew Pew with a tough TK, but Young Snow and Retro picking up. Let's go. Come on, Flex Friendly Fires trying to shut it down. 20-13 in lives. 8 seconds left on the clock. Cozy somehow gets on Bravo, but it might be too little too late.
Has the cruise in hand as well. It does look like it could be curtains for ABS Bounty. Here's Retro still going on a 7.
Pew Pew.
Might make it 8. As he gets 8 with the pistol. And no time remaining. And just like that, a dominating control from Flex Fire.
Absolutely. There's no other way to say it other than dominant. Flex Friendly Fires with a 3-0. Retro just annihilating this Bounty team. He is going to claim his bounty at the Sheriff's Office. They had a very, very profitable high rise here as we look at the non-traded kills and the streaks compared to bounty. It's near double for flex friendly fires across the board. It's hard to combat that, and it is difficult in any situation. 27 for 12 for Retroid, 2.0 KD, and then some. Dominant, like you
Yeah.
said, Messiah. An incredible series. A solid GG's all around. As we will be signing off for the night, I just want to say a huge thank you for Messiah coming in for this last game. I know it's early across the pond, but we appreciate you
No problem at all.
coming
Thank
in.
you for letting me jump in.
And Sorrow, thank you for producing as well, running a tight and efficient show. And a huge shout out to Rally in general. Rally up, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you dare forget it. We do appreciate the platform that they offer. These teams, ourselves as casters, production across the board. Like we said in the early goings, a lot in the pipeline for Rally. So stay tuned. It is going to be exciting year for Rally, and I am looking forward to each and every second of it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all from yours truly, Big Rich X Messiah. Do you have anything else to add?
No, nothing at all. You covered absolutely everything, my man. Absolutely everything.
I try.
I'll just.
All right, one
Have a
last
wonderful night, everyone.
one
Oh,
la-
hang on. Sorrow's coming in.
One
real
last
quick.
thing before we go, I just want to give a last shout out to our partners and sponsors. Thank you, Exclaim, for making the wonderful
Yes.
merch that we have. Just so all of you know, our Exclaim shop is up, so all of our wonderful merchandise is available. One of the things I would like to shout out is our charity merchandise with the Gears for Gaming stuff is out. Now, all of our merchandise, all the profits go directly to the charity to help underserved kids as we get closer to Christmas to get them gaming
Amen.
gear and gaming equipment. So please, if any of you guys are at all interested, go check out our merch. Find something cool you like, rep the brand, shout it out. In the end, it's all good there to help kids, and I'd love to see how much we can do this impact this Christmas. Other than that,
Amen.
thank both of you casters. Messiah, you stepping in for the last round. Rich, looking forward to see you the rest of the weekend. Wonderful job, both of you guys. And good job to
Thank you,
all
thank
the
you.
teams.
Ooh. He gets to cast me tomorrow.
Yes, he gets to cast you tomorrow.
Let's go.
Um,
I'll be sure to shout you out, Messiah. I got you.
And then also, don't forget to keep an eye out, because as we get closer to our wonderful LAN event that will be happening here soon, we will have one-of-a-kind merch made for that event. Not just for the event itself with its brand new logo as we debut it, but also
Amen.
a charity merch that will have not only our charity, but the Shriners Children's Hospital on it, because we will be splitting the proceeds of that
Wonderful.
design as well as the money from the tournament with the hospital, so we could also help them help kids in need
Love it.
get the medical services
Love
they
it,
need.
love it, love it.
But again, thank you all, and thank you
Amazing
too.
stuff.
You guys, do a
course.
wonderful job. Look forward to seeing the rest of the weekend
Absolutely.
matches. And
Should
with
be a
that
good
being
time.
said, as Big Rich said, rally up and rally out. And if any of you guys have any questions, feel free to pop a message in the Discord or hit us on Twitter. Have a great night.
Yeah, have a good one.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.